Ta-da!
Hi, welcome to Happy Jack's RPG. I am Adam. Tonight we are playing Monster of the Week. It is a pbta powered by the Apocalypse game. We are playing a game we are calling Interpol X, a group of Interpol agents and consultants hunting monsters around the globe. With me are my players. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am Kimmy. And before the game, we kind of talked just to kind of expedite things. So we picked playbooks, but we haven't made characters at all or talked about each other's. And I'm going to be playing the spooky playbook.
I'm Jessica, and I will be the expert.
I'm Jason, and I'm going to stay on brand and play the Divine.
Yeah.
And I'm Mike, and I'm going to be playing the playbook The Wronged.
Yes. So what we are going to do first is we are going to talk a little bit about the Interpol X concept, and then we'll go around and we'll start filling in some of our information, and we'll talk about our characters and kind of give everybody an idea of what you're thinking about with your character. So. So the reason I came up with this idea for a game is because I was researching Interpol for some other reason, and I discovered that they have what are called notices with different colors of them. So like a green notice is to warn about a person's criminal activities if that person is considered to be a possible threat to public safety, or a black notice is to seek information on unidentified bodies. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if they had a gray notice, which was to look into paranormal and supernatural
They probably
threats?
do.
They probably do, and they're not going to tell us about it. So I'm probably going to end up on a list somehow after this.
Too late.
He knows too much. But yeah, so they have red notices, blue notices, etc. And I thought, oh my God, wouldn't it be cool if there was a team that responds to gray notices? So you guys will be playing an IRT, or an incident response team.
I really thought you were going to say, wouldn't it be cool if this game, if these characters met the team that did...
Yeah. So you meet this team of really cool Interpol agents,
Yeah.
and they're doing nothing with your Monday night.
What?
So,
This is not nothing. How dare
So,
you?
how dare you? So, but yes, so you guys will be playing Interpol's Gray Notice Incident Response Team. So when I proposed this to everyone, paperwork, yes, yeah.
I'm so excited.
I know, right? The last hour of every show is going to be filled with triplicate paperwork. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Carbon copy.
Right? And filing. Oh my God, the filing.
Dibs.
Yeah. No, you have to earn that, buddy.
All right, that's fair.
But no, there's a whole structure to Interpol, and there's so you'll be having to deal with that, and sometimes you might be chasing the monsters, and they don't want you to go to that country, or do bad things to that person. So,
But if you're a loose cannon who doesn't play by the rules, then...
you are perfect. Yes, you're exactly what we're looking for. So we'll probably have a team of support staff people to help you out. So it's okay to not fill every possible role that some sort of response team would need. Like, you don't have to have your jet pilot. You don't have to have somebody who's a hacker or somebody who's a doctor. So you'll have the resources of Interpol as well as the bureaucracy of it. So the other thing that I asked was that we try not to have every single character be American. So I know some people have bought into that, and so we are going to have some international flavor to the team. Flavor.
I'm not into
Yes. Yeah.
I prefer haggis.
And yes, I did strongly encourage accents. So you're welcome, Internet, for Jason's Scottish accent.
Hey,
Oh boy.
that's all your fault.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is actually really good.
It's
It's
not
actually-
good at all.
It's actually not bad.
Oh,
He was
okay.
doing it for me the other day.
If he can
not
understand you, it's not real Scottish.
see, expectations, reality, Actual accent, but reality.
I've got
Expectation.
I've got a couple of bad accents, and Scottish is my best bad accent.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
There you go.
that's what you'll get.
Yeah, so that's the setup, and I will also just say on a personal note, please bear with me. I run lots of games, but this is my first time running live for other people other than my friends to judge me. So
Adam, you've always been live when you're playing a game.
You're alive right now.
that's really weird. Mind blown. What?
I'm not cleaning that up.
Yeah. But anyway, yes. So that's my little way of saying I'm probably going to babble and do lots of weird things.
Oh, we do the weird stuff.
Yes.
All the way.
Okay. All
That's
right.
fine.
Good. So I know kind of what everybody's going to play, but you guys don't really know.
How dare
How
you.
dare you? I know everything.
I am
actually,
unexpected
so,
and
yeah.
unexpectable.
So orcish lesbian fighter.
That's only been 2 campaigns.
Oh, okay.
I need a.
There's only 2 that he's played online.
Yes.
I need a new sheet.
Sorry. Jason, would you like to start? Would you like to tell
Oh
us?
God, do I have to?
You don't
Yes.
have to.
All right, so I'm playing Aelith, and she is actually she's an actual Interpol agent.
Okay. Great.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what
Yeah.
I'm supposed to talk about right now?
I feel like I didn't
yeah.
do my homework now because I thought we were supposed to do all that at the table.
Oh no, we are going to do all of that at the table. So
I don't have the name by the time you get
some
to me.
people created things a little before.
Oh,
yeah,
I
so.
see.
What? I haven't been looking
Sorry.
forward to this for 8 weeks.
Has it been 8 weeks?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my
It has
God.
been.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't do any homework.
I
So,
know, right?
Unfortunately, Jessica sits like just at that desk next to mine, and it's like within chair rolling distance, and occasionally I'll just like
The chairs roll.
roll over there.
It's more of a like
Yeah, it's a pretty awkward
like sort of a squat
it's-
and
yeah, like
For
grunt
those
noises.
only listening,
like
I
a
wish
crab,
you could
like
see.
a crab. It's like a crab
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
crab.
It's a crab
If
walk.
a crab had wheels for back legs.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Thanks. I didn't need to sleep tonight. Thanks. Good.
No, you're like one of those little puppies
he
that doesn't have the back legs and has a little chair.
Yeah.
Aw.
He gets
Yeah.
a crazy look in his eye too.
yeah. And I'm like, hey, do you want to talk about your character? Yeah.
For those who don't know, maybe we should reveal like Jess is new to role playing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so
Um,
new.
And I am
And-
too.
Yes, Jason.
Your lies. Just lies.
Look, I only started in 1989, so I'm trying to play catch up here.
Jason dragged Jess into role playing because he didn't have enough people to constantly talk about his characters with.
Kind of technically, we did that because
That's
Jess's
true.
first ever RPG was
oh,
our
well,
tabletop
Yes.
day.
Well,
Yes.
actually,
Oh.
actually,
Second.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
we played one session of 5th edition D&D at school with several other teachers who wanted to try it out.
Somebody brought their baby, and I got to hold a baby
Sure.
and then give it back.
Yeah.
Love
The
babies.
best part of babies.
Wait, how is there a baby involved in D&D?
Girl. I actually don't
Internet,
know.
we're going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's gonna sit there.
I'm sure somebody wrote a pamphlet about that in the 70s.
Yes.
So it was
Right,
funny
yes.
because we played this game and I thought Jessica had fun, but she has a very sort of distinct demeanor.
Oh,
You play your cards close to the vest.
okay.
And we were getting ready to do tabletop day, and I was like, I think she had a good time. And I was like, hey, do you want to come do this thing on camera? And you said yes. I thought I was going to have to convince you. And you were like, yeah, I want to do that. Do you remember this conversation?
Yes, I do. The thing about it is,
Hashtag hair flip.
I am a person who says, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll try that. I just say yes to stuff, and then it gets me in trouble like all the time. And look at me now.
Yeah. Now you're like a professional nerd. Do you know how much
It
we
had to
get
happen
paid for
someday.
this?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at my bank account yet.
Yeah.
Just deposit.
Woo,
that
so much money.
Michael's
Yeah.
an
Mama's
accountant.
going
He
to
can make
IKEA.
money come out of nowhere.
That's true. That's true. Now that we have an account,
That's what accountants
Happy
do.
Jacks, does that mean we're all going to get paid?
No. No.
Michael,
No.
Cheers to
how
that.
much
No.
0 makes more than 0?
I think that's impossible with math. I
Rude.
don't know, man.
Okay. He's a terrible accountant.
I went to
Okay.
film school.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Sir Greedo says we get paid in LaCroix.
Yes.
That I brought.
Yes.
That's hashtag truth.
Yes.
So anyway, I believe so. So we want to just kind of talk about like what are the directions that you've been thinking in terms of your character. You don't have to have a name picked out. You don't have to have everything settled. Some people might have more in mind than others, and if you don't know what you want to do, that's totally fine. We'll talk about it here and we'll flesh it out. I just singled out Jason because I knew he had already been
Cheated.
really excited about it.
I
Cheated.
mean, yeah.
Hashtag cheated.
Hashtag never stops thinking about RPGs when he's awake.
Yes. Right. Yeah. So Jason, so you have a name.
Yeah.
And she is an Interpol agent.
It's going to be really hard to not go with McGee, by the way. I'm putting I'm putting 98% of my mental effort into not naming her Aelith McGee.
Okay.
So
Please tell
last
me
name
there's a
TBD?
Scotsman in the chat room that can stop this.
Yeah, hopefully McGee is more Irish. That's
Yeah.
my only refuge right
Yeah.
now. But
Oh,
try Googling
Lachlan.
McGee, and you just
Yeah.
get awesome joke punchlines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Scottish is MAC, and
Mac
Irish is
Gee.
MC.
They're suggesting Agent McAgent face.
Good. Good.
Great. Nailed
Ooh.
it, chat room.
First try.
That was
yeah,
so
yeah.
amazing. Thank
What
you.
about?
Don't encourage the chat room, Jessica.
No, don't.
Oh, that made me happy.
I've been in
Officially,
that chat
room. We
Ja-
disapprove. We disapprove. That's not okay.
Agent McGuffin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
What about
good.
Lachlan?
Oh, there you go.
Lachlan. McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. Yeah, that's
Sarah
that.
McLaughlin.
No, that's
yeah.
who's that? Never heard of her.
Oh, sorry, I sing
All right.
random
Agent
intervals.
McLesbjork.
Who was that? Who was
Forrest.
that?
Oh my god,
Oh,
Forrest.
yeah.
Forrest, I
Good.
love
Love
you.
it.
Wow.
Dying.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, it just makes me think of something new that Bjork is doing, like her new album, and like I have to know. Oh, Kimmy, we lost Kimmy.
God.
You could be Icelandic and you could be Agent Les Bjork.
I can't do an Icelandic accent, so no.
That's a shame.
It's a real missed
Uh,
opportunity.
Well
Anyway.
played, sir.
Yes.
That was the
I,
best.
Okay.
I think Forrest is sir. I don't
No.
know. I'm not sure. No, not sir. Well played, human.
Okay. Okay. So, but you are an actual Interpol agent. So you are official. You can come up with the last name later.
Yeah.
Have you thought about like kind of what she looks like or what?
I actually
where
not
she
totally
comes
sure
from?
yet. I mean,
Yeah.
probably pale white woman with dark hair is about as far as I've gotten there.
Okay.
Just that mostly what I know is that she had a career at Scotland Yard and then got
Okay.
pulled into being the liaison for Interpol.
Yeah.
And is now and then saw some things that she couldn't unsee.
Aha.
Some,
Yeah.
some of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like the kind of stuff that gets you pulled into the gray notice.
Yes. Yeah. So why don't you read the little quote about the divine, on
right.
the divine playbook?
Oh yeah, probably also worth noting.
Yes.
She is a descendant of Manannán MacLair, one of the Celtic gods, the Celtic god of the sea. And the divine blurb says, "I am the light, the sword. I am sent to defend the meek from darkness. All evil fears me, for I am its end."
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I am the light, the sword. I am sent to defend the meek from darkness.
There
All
you
evil
go.
fears me, for I am its end.
Nice.
That's actually pretty good. That's
No,
It's
don't
very
quite
William
approve.
Wallace.
don't
Yes.
encourage me.
It's quite all right.
Yeah.
B minus.
Thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
I feel better now. It feels like a B minus.
We have a gamer
so-
down. A gamer is
The
down.
gamer is down.
If you want my body.
Yeah, pretty much all I've got is
you
Mike
can
Myers.
see it.
Just Shrek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I Married an Axe Murderer.
yeah, just the worst of the
greatest
worst.
movie of all time,
Yes.
possibly.
It's a great movie.
Okay. So, how about
What
we? How about
Oh,
just?
you don't want to talk about me anymore?
No, we're done.
No, we're done.
Eh.
We've got like an hour and a half left.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to say.
Yeah, we know.
No, you're done actually.
All right.
We're
Okay.
finished.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you read the
My
the
blurb?
quote underneath? Yeah, your blurb.
So I'm the expert. This says, I have dedicated my life to the study of the unnatural. I know their habits, their weaknesses. I may be, I may not be the youngest or the strongest, but my knowledge makes me the biggest threat. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's my gal.
Mm-hmm.
She's a lady. I decided her name is Matilda Harrington Cates. She's from DC, a DC suburb, but she was raised mostly in a Swiss boarding school.
Did you
she's-
say Matilda Harrington Case?
Cates.
Cates.
C-A-T-E-S.
C-A-T-E-S.
It's a hyphenated.
It's
course it
hyphenated.
Yeah,
is.
her father is Harrington, her mother is
I'm
Cates.
Marion Coatsworth Hay.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
I've decided that she looks like Claire Underwood from House of Cards.
Nice.
Okay.
So-
yeah.
Dangerous.
Super tailored.
AF.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't
Yeah.
mess. And she works at an auction house, I think. And that's
Okay.
her. Maybe that's her connection because
Oh,
she
yeah.
has access to all these artifacts.
Okay.
But that's
Magical.
that's tentative. It's tentative.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be picturing you as Antiope the whole time, like if that's okay with you.
I
Okay.
love that.
Yeah. Would someone hand me a pencil for all our jokes earlier? I didn't get one.
Can you hand me a pencil?
Well, hey, do you want
There's-
Kimmy's pencils?
There was like a 20-minute riff on pencils.
They're great
Everyone's
pencils.
very sad they
Right.
missed
Is there
that.
one you want besides this one? Oh, look at this happy one. Okay, you have this
It's okay,
one.
dear listener. You're better off.
Yeah.
These are great. These are perfectly good pencils.
They are fabulous pencils, even if they might be a little old.
Good luck trying to erase something.
We will just make no mistakes.
Have fun erasing the castle.
Well, now they
Yeah.
have heard the 20-minute riff on pencils.
Yep.
It was just
There it
longer.
is.
Yeah.
That
Condensed.
just times a little bit longer.
I find if you can say something in like 10 seconds, it's better to say it over 7 or 8 minutes.
I completely agree.
That's
This is how
just-
I approach most of my life. Makes me a hit at parties.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike.
Okay.
Why don't you go?
I'm playing the wronged, as I mentioned, and here's my blurb. They took my loved ones. Back then I wasn't strong enough to fight, but I studied, trained, and now I'm ready to cleanse the world of their taint. Come on. I'll kill them all. That's all I have left.
Nice.
So my character's name is Christian Bernal. He is from
Writing this shit down.
El Paso, Texas. And should I get into? Do you want the history? Is that, or we're just gonna kind of go, or what it is now? So basically,
Yeah.
he.
Yeah. You
So
can
the
tell us a
wronged
little bit.
has is a monster hunter of a specific type, and I had some family members killed by a monster called the. Now I've forgotten it because I didn't write it down.
Lechuza.
Chupacabra.
No.
Not the chupacabra.
The chupa.
La Lechuza, which is a owl witch.
Yeah.
So
So
I hunt evil magic users and shapeshifters. That's kind of my
Yeah.
How do
character's
you
deal.
feel about distantly related gods?
They're fine.
Okay, great.
You're good.
What was Herringbone's first name again?
Matilda.
Matilda Harrington.
That's amazing.
Cates.
So I would say I'm kind of
So-
I'm kind of
Yeah.
like a tough gun for hire for Interpol.
Yeah.
Like they probably found me after taking out some kind of den of no good nicks,
No good nicks. Yes.
and they were like, "Hey, you got the right stuff, buddy.
Right.
Come work for us."
You're
Yeah.
pointing up here.
That's exactly the kind of people that they've been looking for this team, because they didn't have the resources to to start it out. So they didn't have the resources to staff it completely from within. So they went out seeking people who know about this stuff once they discovered it was real. Yeah. So
They need us.
they need you. They do. They need you. Kimmy,
Hello.
what are you playing?
I am playing the Spooky, and it says, I can do things that normal people can't, but there's a price. I haven't paid it in full yet, but the bill's going to come due soon. It's best I don't tell you anymore. If you get too close, you'll get hurt.
Yes.
That's such a you character.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
It's
I love the spooky.
dangerous and edgy. Yes. That's me.
Yep, that's what people say about Kimmy.
Me. No.
super, super edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, the spooky is great because it is kind of like that deal with the dark power to get magic, and there's going to be a consequence for that. There's going to be a price to pay.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with that? So lots of power, but also lots of risk. So, okay. So, and you don't have a name yet.
The chat room is Liliana is looking kind of good right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still? Because you kind of
yes.
mentioned
Yes,
something that made me excited.
So I am going to be from Soviet Russia,
Yes.
and so I will be a bit of flavor from the other things that we were
Yes.
talking about.
Flavored with vodka.
Vodka and despair.
Yes.
They go together, actually.
They do.
Right? Yeah.
So well.
Like love and marriage.
Well, I was trying to write deal with dark power, and I wrote deal with dark Prussia. Yeah.
So, and I'm open to kind of creating things as we go to fit in with
Yeah.
backstories and stuff. Basically, I've gotten my power from making kind of a deal with. I haven't decided quite what being it is, but so some sort of powerful demon or something like that. So I wear like a trench coat or coats all the time with high necks that are always up. Because I actually have like this little like kind of demony snake thing like wrapped around my neck.
Ooh.
Like an
Basically-
actual snake.
Yeah, it's not a snake. It's
like
if you looked at it, you'd be like, "Oh, that's not a snake. That's much worse than a snake."
Oh.
So like but wrapped around because that's how this being is controlling me. Basically, if I
That's
piss them off too
terrifying.
much,
Okay.
then it can just squeeze.
Ah, okay.
So
do other people see it as like a tattoo?
that's usually why I wear my
Yeah.
collar up. It can probably people think it's like a weird choker or something.
Yeah, she's got
But-
strange taste in
Yeah,
jewelry.
right.
Yeah.
But that's why usually I'm like wearing things that are kind of
Soviet
high.
Russia choker chokes you.
Right,
You
exactly.
thought Jason as a crab was scary.
I know, right?
So, and whatever being this is, like, doesn't really care if I, like, it's not like, you can't do any good. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
mind
right.
if I help other things, but if I ever were to, like, cross it, or if it ever asked me to do something and I didn't, then I'd be in big trouble.
Yeah, yeah. So, and also, when your magic goes wrong, things go bad.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so for those of you following along at home, so the next thing you generally are going to do when you're creating a character for Monster of the Week is you're going to pick your look, which we'll talk about in a little bit when you introduce yourselves to each other, but think about what are those traits that you look like? What are the things that, or those traits that identify you, how you appear to others? Those things that they notice. So maybe it's your eyes, maybe it's the way you're dressed, maybe it's your red mohawk. But what are the things that people see that are like?
What if this is the first time I realized I had a red mohawk?
That would be amazing.
Like looking at the monitor, like
What if it was contagious?
What?
And you look up
Yeah.
and we all have red mohawks.
That'd be
amazing.
great. I feel like I had done the world a service.
Right? Yeah. So and then so that's the other thing that you're going to think about for who you are, but then you have your ratings. So the ratings are charm, cool, sharp, tough, and weird. And on your playbook, you have 5 rows there of different values. So you're going to pick the one of those that you like best. So charm is how you how good you are at handling social subjects. Cool is how good you are at keeping things together when the pressure's on. Sharp is how aware and alert you are about the world around you, and also people.
Dump stat.
Dumps. Yeah. Tough is tough is how strong are you physically and or aggressively. Like how good are you at fighting? You might have a +2 tough, but be a 98 pounder. But as long as you can kick some ass, it's some like super martial arts or maybe like your claws or your swordplay, then you could still have a high tough even if you're not physically strong. And then weird is your connection to the magic and the craziness of the world. So characters who use magic a lot will probably have a higher weird, like a spooky. And I believe the expert focuses on sharp, so really good at understanding everything around them. The divine, I believe, is a tough character, so they're kind of an ass kicker.
Not the way I'm playing it, but okay.
Okay, all right. So you're going to be like really bad at kicking ass.
No, I still have a +2 in it, but I'm more like a defensive.
Okay,
champion.
all right, yeah. And then I believe
I'm more of an offensive.
offensive, yes.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
pretty
Very
offensive.
offensive. Thank you.
Yeah, been
Nailed
offended
it.
by Mike
First
for a
try.
long time. So, yeah, so the wronged is a tough based character, and there's a lot of variation for how you can do in there.
Yeah, like for instance, the tough character. I also took +1 charm and cool. Like,
Oh, okay,
I'm
great.
playing a little different style here.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
Somebody has to talk for the group.
Yeah.
So let's see, and then from there on, that's when the playbooks start getting very different. But
we get to the weird stuff.
we get to the weird stuff. Yes. So one thing that's going to come into play a lot. Nobody picked the professional, but you're all going to be kind of dealing with some stuff from the professional. The professional is a playbook that is specifically designed to be an agent for some sort of agency. And they have agents stuff in their agency. So as they agent around,
Right.
yeah. So
Could we say that more?
Right. Yeah.
yeah. I'm really good at words.
Does Agent McAgent face?
Yes, Agent McAgent
Agent
face.
Yeah, that's my undercover name.
Right.
Good.
So,
Super smooth.
but
No taints in
Hello,
at
my
all.
first name is Agent.
yeah. By the way, have you guys noticed every Powered by the Apocalypse game has something having like the word taint heavily involved? Have you noticed
We've
that?
already said it so many
Masks.
times,
Yes.
and it makes me
Masks
giggle
did
every
not.
time.
Mass?
No,
Didn't
it
it,
didn't.
though?
No, I didn't. I would remember that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Jessica's upset
Remember,
right now.
there
anytime
was a
someone
taint in
says the
mass.
word taint, it's
Yeah.
burned
Yeah.
in your brain.
because it's
You just said it again.
all this game. We've played Monster Hearts. Yeah, Apocalypse World has some. Yeah. Anyway.
Sure.
There are 0 in the game recently discovered called demigods. I don't know if anyone's heard of it.
What? What is demigods?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I wrote a
fine.
pbta game. Whatever.
What? Okay.
It'll be out next year.
You're basically famous.
Basically.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about it later?
No, we shouldn't.
Okay. Okay.
We got shit
so we have 2 hours of my rambling to get through.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. But anyway, but the professional has an agency that they have to deal with, and there are some choices that we have to make based on that. So we're going to work the professional's agency into this game, and also the professional has a move called Deal with the Agency. So they have a special move that covers requesting help or asking for support or having to confront their failure in the field, etc. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And Jason's character will definitely have the Deal with the Agency move. The rest of you might occasionally use it at some point as well. So the rest of you, you're at least contracted with Interpol, but have any of you like become agents as well, or you just kind of stay on call?
I mean, I'd say I'd worked with them enough that I'm like on the payroll.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So you're technically an agent as well. You know, and the way Interpol works is they are really more of like a logistical and coordination organization. You know, they're often portrayed in the media as like, oh, they have agents who go to like crime scenes and stuff, but for the most part they actually deal more with like coordination and of international police forces or police forces working across international borders. So so it's completely reasonable that they would hire someone. You don't have to go through an Interpol training program.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you do, but it's a 4-hour training seminar and then a sexual harassment
Sexual
workshop.
harassment. Yeah.
Which we all failed.
Very effective.
No, I'm really
Yes.
good at sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I aced that class.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I might have gotten the wrong takeaway.
Yeah. I think you misunderstood. Yeah. So Christian is also an agent.
Like a junior agent.
Junior
Like
agent.
like
yeah.
I can't get promoted because I'm a loose cannon,
Ah,
and I don't play
yeah.
by the rules.
That's right. That's
Oh.
So
Yeah. You know, when you're a loose cannon who doesn't play by the rules, it's a hard line to toe there. Yeah.
exactly.
No. What about you, Matilda?
She's. I'm
You're
gonna
about
be
that.
her right now.
Yeah.
She's freelance. I'm a freelancer.
Freelance,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like to. I think that she's really aloof
Mhm.
and doesn't like to be tied down. So I'm thinking that she would
Yeah.
take it as it comes.
Right, yeah. Because you don't want to get bogged down in all of that political stuff
Mhm.
you're doing. You have enough political stuff to deal with, I'm
Yes,
guessing,
and
in the
sometimes
art
she just
world.
likes to
Yeah.
disappear into her archives and just
Yeah.
get lost.
And what about you, the yet-to-be-named spooky?
Yeah. I'm definitely not an agent.
Not an agent?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
probably like not a specialist, but like someone that they'd bring in for, oh, this case has to do with something like that.
Yeah.
She knows all about that. Where it's like, oh, those things. No, she doesn't. Probably, I don't. Maybe she probably killed him, but I don't know if she knows that much about that. But this is like, this is what I know.
Yeah. Do you have this whole, like, clandestine past?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that could be that.
Okay. Maybe some espionage background,
Yeah.
or
I
okay,
can see that.
yeah,
And then at some point, like, just backed into a corner and had to get out. So it was like, my soul seems like a reasonable price for that.
Sure.
That seems totally logical.
I mean, when you're a spy, it's not like your soul is that clean
Right.
anyway. So.
And then it's like, maybe
yeah.
I did need that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at least I can do magic now.
Yeah.
You have a neck snake.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool neck snake.
Right. So,
Is that a ridiculous idea? Is that a terrible idea?
No, no.
It's really cool.
Okay.
I just think when you first met Matilda, she's like, "That's a beautiful necklace.
Yes.
How quirky!
Yes.
This is outsider art."
Yes.
She's like, why couldn't you have been a snake belt
Yeah.
instead?
Right.
No one would have to know.
No.
Why didn't you ask for snake shoes?
Shoes. Right?
Ugh.
Oh, well.
Yes, I have some Louboutins in that same skin. No.
Oh, yeah, that
So-
would have been bad.
That would be amazing. Okay, so so have you guys thought about your how you're going to arrange your numbers yet?
Yes.
Do you want to come back to
Yes.
that? What? Jason, you've thought about this? Have you
Have you
like prepared at all?
done this already?
Hi.
We're talking about our numbers.
Kind of. Yeah, I'm just making sure.
I just now finished.
Okay. Just, you just come up with them on the fly.
Yeah, I decided.
Yeah.
So I've got charm and cool at +1, sharp at 0 because whatever, nerds.
Why do you need to investigate shit?
Tough +2 because that's how I roll.
Right.
And weird's -1 because I don't do the weird stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe magic just has a way of not working for you.
I think that's what it's also partly because like Manon and McClear is kind of a like wizard god of the sea, you
Yeah.
know, not that wizardy, but he's still like talks to the animals and like does all this stuff, and it's like she's like, look, Dad, there's a lot of shit to do.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk to the dolphins. Right, like, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah.
kind of her. She doesn't reject magic. She just nobody got time for that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of avoided it. There was.
Flunked out of magic school.
Yeah.
She
Well,
went
and
to Hogwarts?
also,
Yeah.
What's that? What was it?
also in like some mythologies and supernatural and some of the things like that, like water actually is a way. Or no, in Dresden Files, sorry.
Oh.
Water is actually a way to keep people from doing magic.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So like
Yeah.
running water is like actually dulls magic. So maybe that has something to do with your heritage.
yeah.
So-
She's definitely related to the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you drawn to the ocean? Are you drawn to water?
Yeah, I think it's a
in
big
some
part.
way?
Like if she can get a place on the coast somewhere, that's great. But I don't think I don't remember where Interpol's located.
Headquarters is in Lyon, France.
So that's
but
oceany.
we'll be like all over the place.
It's okay, everybody.
Yeah,
I
but-
know Leon is not on the ocean. I know. I know.
but and we can talk about that. You guys might be based out of because Interpol has a sort of office in all of its member countries. So
Yeah.
you can pick any one of the other 191 countries.
We have
that
an office on Sealand.
on Sealand.
Yeah.
No.
There's
No.
New Zealand?
No.
No.
Sealand.
Sealand.
Kimmy's-
It's a
Kimmy's
country.
with me.
It's a thing.
It's
Is
a
that-
country
The
which
world's
is an oil
smallest
derrick,
country.
basically.
Yeah.
And there's like
What?
2 people that live there.
Yeah, and
That's
you can
an actual thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a country. It's a
Is it
sovereign
an oil
yeah.
rig?
Yeah, it's an oil rig.
That's right.
And you can go and buy like a title, so you can be like the Marquess of or Marquis of Sealandia or
It's
whatever.
true. Yep.
Yeah,
Can I be the Duchess of Sealand?
Probably.
probably.
Yeah.
You have to pay a
I
lot.
think you
I'll be a
already are.
duchess.
You want to be the Duchess of the oil rig?
The Duchess of the oil
I've always
rig,
thought
yeah.
of you as the Duchess of Sealand, so I guess
Right.
I missed the part where you're
I
not
mean,
a citizen there.
Yeah, I mean, I did introduce myself as Adam, Duchess of Sealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Sealand. It's
Sealand.
Sealand. It's a dash in the
Sorry,
middle.
sorry.
The
It's an
word
awful
sea
name.
and the word
Oh my
land
God,
with a
dude.
capital L.
You guys have.
They have
a
a
capital
whole
L.
country and they name it Sealand.
I know, right?
They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to go there and investigate the boredom monsters.
So I probably would have named it Sealand in Elvish.
Yeah.
Right? That would have been
That
way
would've been so
better.
much cooler.
Yeah.
All right. So this game.
Okay, yes. So.
Wait,
Do
how-
you
wait.
need to know more about my character sheet, or are we just doing that?
Yeah, I'm just so.
I mean, not that I have everything picked out. That
So
would
for
be
those
weird.
following along with us, one of the things I like to do is the numbers to me. Well, they're not really that consequential in a lot of ways. They tell me about what kind of choices you're making about your character's personality and their background, such as like. The daughter of, or the descendant of a god, you would think, oh, really powerful magic abilities or, strong connection to magic. But hearing there's a -1 weird, there's a story there. So to me, those open up the mysteries of your character's flower. Yes.
I have a mechanical question.
Yeah, mechanical.
How do you know? Because most Power of the Apocalypse things I played have this is your these are your stats, or this is the add 1 or +1. I don't see where
They're
that is.
hidden on the complete opposite side of
Yeah.
your
Conveniently
character sheet.
located as far away from that information
Oh, I see
as
that.
possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
So there
Perfect.
you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So any of you who have played Powered by the Apocalypse games, you know that layout is always a strange and exciting journey.
Not
when
in
you-
Demigods.
not in Demigods. What?
The layout is really intuitive
Flawless.
and
Intuitive,
and
solved.
put together. well.
But yeah, a lot of times it kind of depends on how you fold them, and so if you fold your playbook in the correct way, it all makes sense. But
I'm not turning my playbook into a brochure. That's
Yeah.
where I draw the line.
I know, because I kind of love it. If for those who can't see, I'm
a-
folding my trifold
It's a
playbook.
trifold brochure
It is,
layout,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
object.
I bet paper folding is very interesting to everyone. I have some numbers.
Do you? What are your numbers, Mike?
Or do you want to talk more about
Do you have a
origami?
+3
Is that-
smartass?
Ha. No, I'm
Yeah.
tough, as you know,
Yes.
because I'm always tough.
Because you're a
The
loose
wrongs-
cannon who doesn't play by the rules.
Well, the wronged always has to be tough.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
true.
deal. And I'm also sharp.
Ah,
I'm a little
okay.
bit sharp because
Nerd.
well, a big part of
What?
hey.
I just had
Uh,
a frog
So
in my
you
throat.
actually
like-
like think about what you're going to hit before you hit it.
Yes, because I would say
Okay.
the character needs to be able to track and
Yeah.
figure out where stuff is. So I would say sharp is kind of the thing, and then charm and cool and weird.
Meh. Yeah.
No points.
Yeah. There's
No negative points.
Yeah.
Not bad at anything.
Right.
Just
Oh, you don't have any minuses?
no.
Wuss.
Oh, cool. But I think like the having being good at being sharp as well. I think is really this is a character who had to learn all of this stuff. You weren't just naturally in it. You had this horrible experience, and then you had to find out exactly what happened and how to deal with it. And
Yeah.
you don't find that by just punching your way through it.
Exactly.
So okay, cool. What about you, Jess? Do you have your? you thought about your numbers
I've
yet?
chosen my numbers. You want me to just read them to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my sharp is obviously +2 because I'm amazingly
Yes.
smart.
Clearly.
Obviously.
My charm is 0.
Yeah.
Nobody likes me. I don't like anybody. I'm not here to make friends.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I did obviously have a really hard time getting along with people. My cool is +1. My tough is -1. I am not tough.
Yeah.
But I chose this one because I want a little bit of weird. So I'm +1 in weird.
+1 weird. Okay, and +1 cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty good in a strange situation.
Yes.
You can handle yourself, keep your calm, get things done.
I just
Yeah.
can't fight
Yeah.
or make friends.
Right. Yeah. Why would you need to?
Yeah.
But wait, if you're good at magic, and friendship is magic, then maybe you've got friendship.
No.
That was adorable.
I mean,
But it didn't
Was
quite.
it? Your face says that was horrendous.
I tend to use adorable as an insult.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm getting
I
that.
just cut you.
Yeah. Those deep cuts. with
sick
Jessica.
burn, Jess. Sick burn. Kimmy, how
I'm
about
so
you?
happy Jessica's here.
I know, right?
All right. So for my charm, I have -1.
Ah.
Yeah, because
I got
Sweetheart.
this.
Snake
I
around
got
my
this
neck.
guy's on the face.
yeah. I mean, I don't have a soul, and I have a crazy snake around my neck. So
You don't have a soul? I missed that
Well,
detail.
it's on lease.
To the
Yeah.
snake?
It's, no,
to the guy who owns the snake.
Oh, I see.
So
It's more like a leash. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
sure.
snaky leash.
Yeah.
So your soul's not with you. Someone's holding it ransom, sort of, or it's with you but it belongs to someone else.
I should probably decide that. I'm
Yeah.
still deciding that.
Is it on like a rent-to-own plan or layaway?
I'm feeling like
that's-
they probably have already paid for it, and now
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh.
But that's a good question. Do
Yeah.
you just get to keep it until you
Until I
die, and then
die?
they get to do whatever they want with it? Or did they take it, and is there some sort of effect that you have to deal with for not having a soul?
Yeah, I think that would make me like too unempathetic. So I think I have my soul, which is why I've got the snake thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at any time I can collect what's due, like
Right.
at any moment.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah.
that's kind of the insurance policy there.
Right. Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool is 1 because I was like a spy and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Maybe I was an Interpol agent.
Oh,
You were, and
and
then
you were
Big
too
deal.
much of a loose cannon?
Well, and
Oh
then
man.
well, and then-
All our cannons can't be loose.
okay, like wait, let me think about that for a minute while I continue. Sharp
Okay.
is 0, tough is 1, and then weird is 2.
Okay. All right.
So maybe I was an Interpol agent, like a regular Interpol agent.
Yeah.
Then I did the whole, hey, here's my soul, give me some things, and then that's when like it just got something weird happened. So it's like, oh, so you can't be a regular Interpol agent anymore, but why don't you can now be in this particular section of Interpol.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
they had to like strip you of your
Yeah.
rank
I'm not
officially
officially
or whatever.
an Interpol agent
Yeah.
anymore. In fact, they
Practical
probably officially
deniability
don't
and-
exist probably anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
okay.
They moved you to the
Like,
basement.
Yeah.
if they knew Aelith was like a demigod descendant? Would they give her the boot?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
We will probably have to talk about that at some
Okay.
point. So the way I've envisioned this is that Interpol knows that there is magic in the world. They know that there are monsters. They have it kind of narrowed down to demons. Like, demons are the problem. So everything's sort of based around demons as far as they know. They think they know way more than they do. But
What, a government agency overreaching what they think they
Yes.
understand?
It's
yes.
adorable.
God damn it. I'm the funny one, Jessica.
Sorry.
No.
Nope, I acknowledge that.
Not anymore.
All right,
We have Jessica, comedy gold.
I'm the lesbian.
Yes, you're the lesbian. So yeah, but they so they think they have like a good handle on, like, we know how to, we got our team in place, we know what the story is on all this stuff, but it's probably not as simple as they think it is. So but yeah, I think there is probably a measure of, like, you're a paranormal yourself. We have to officially pretend like you're done.
Right.
So yeah, but that does have consequences for Aelith. So how do you feel about that, Jason? Do you like the idea of having to keep your origin secret? Or?
I think it's just practical.
Uh-huh.
Like, she's older than she looks.
Uh-huh.
She looks 30-ish, but she's probably 70 or 80 or something. So
Yeah.
she's been around a little while. And so, I think at this point, she's dealt with, like, what happens when it comes out. And so it's easier to just not mention it, and she looks, for the most part, like a regular human. So, it doesn't come up that much until she throws someone through a wall, and then, whoops.
Yep.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Okay.
I'll know more on that. I need to ask you some questions about my gear when we get there, but that's not a big hurry up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
did you have a character name?
I think the Liliana
Yeah.
Liliana,
was like
there you
what they finally agreed to in the chat room, but it's like they found a Russian spelling of it, which has an O and a Y and a thing.
I'm just writing it the way it sounds
Yeah,
to me.
just-
go. Okay. All right.
Lil.
But we can get that later. So
Yeah.
okay. So
Volkov,
Volkov
too, is the last name.
Liliana Volkov.
And you're a what now?
With the Russian.
Spooky.
I'm a spooky.
Yes.
Spooky.
They had an idea for my backstory too. I don't know if are we in that. Are we ready for that? We
Let's
can
see.
wait. Okay.
Where so underneath those ratings lines, you should have other stuff there, and this is where it starts getting different for each of the playbooks. So
Introductions in history?
you go to straight to from ratings to
Yeah,
introductions
I do.
in history?
Yeah.
Or do you mean the
No.
ratings on the front?
Nope, on the back. So like the
See, I have some other
Oh yeah.
stuff that
See,
I
my rating's in the middle, and it goes straight to this.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Yours are different though.
so there's the so everybody should have a spot where it says getting started. It's not in the same place
Oh,
for
getting
everybody.
started. Oh, I found it.
Okay, so so it says to make your character do this stuff. So so you have look, then you have ratings, and then
Oh, mission.
do you have anything between ratings and introductions? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you have between ratings and introductions?
So, as the wronged, I lost somebody who I am on a mission to avenge, and so the question is who I lost.
who did you lose?
I lost my mother and my sister on the same day.
Ah. Okay.
Well, night, because that's when the monsters are out.
Yeah.
Darkness.
When was this? Was this like recently? Were you an adult? Was this
No,
as a
this
child,
was
or?
when I was like a young teenager, I would say.
Okay.
Should I describe what happened here? Because I have some
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
So basically,
Tell us what you think.
the character Christian grew up in just outside of El Paso, Texas. His mother was of Mexican descent. His dad is an American, and basically his parents got in a fight and his mother decided she's gonna go outside. She's gonna leave the house. She's not gonna deal with this. And Christian and his sister went chasing after her. And why do I keep forgetting them all? I gotta write this down.
It's an option.
Lalachusa, one of the folklore pieces of this is that she preys on like domestic instability.
Mm-hmm.
So as we were chasing
What a-
after our
What an
mother,
asshole.
and this huge demon owl creature
Yes.
came flying down and snatched her away. And me and my sister were both like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here!" So we started running away, and it came back and took my sister as well.
Yeah.
And I tried to like pull her back, but I wasn't strong enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I got back to the house, and then it was very difficult growing up.
Yeah. Why didn't it take you? Did you run?
'Cause I
Or
ran.
Did you ran?
I ran.
All right.
You know what? You know what you're gonna need?
What?
Montage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's
You got to learn a lot of stuff real fast.
there is.
Yeah.
But then I would say the relationship with my dad was not that good after that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's probably bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So slightly bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So Lalachusa,
Yes.
which is the owl witch, is your
Yeah, so it's just kind of I kind of ended up just realizing that this is just one kind of this creature that there are in the world.
Yeah.
That there's many types all over the world of this kind of creature, and
Yeah.
I'm dedicated to taking them out.
Nice. Okay.
But I never actually found the one
that
that.
Lalachusa. Yeah.
And fun fact, this isn't fun. They found my mother's body the next day, but they never found my sister.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh. Nice job leaving that awesome like plot hook there for the
Yes.
Hooking it pro
It's
style.
not a plot hook; it's just a simple fact.
Yeah,
about
actually,
my
your
past.
sister's completely dead. It's never going to come up again.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah.
This is dark.
Yeah. This is actually completely boring. Yeah, there's nothing unusual here.
And if it mattered, my mother's name is Maria, and my sister's name is Denise.
Maria.
I'm like waiting to
So
see what
much
the next
talent.
one is.
So much talent in one man.
I was just trying to.
It.
It takes a lot of effort to stop myself.
And my dad's name is Hank, because that's the best Texas name I can think of.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
Texas
good.
name.
Does
I can see his belt buckle.
Oh yeah, it's a big longhorn. Just
He sells propane and propane accessories.
Okay. All right. Yeah, nothing for me there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Jason, you have a mission.
Yeah.
Right?
So I thought I knew which one I wanted to pick, and now I'm really stumped. So I know one I definitely don't want, but so my options right now are: you are here to fight the schemes of an adversary, capital A. But the Celtic gods don't have like a Satan figure, so I don't think
That's
that
what
one's
the
going to
British
fit.
are for.
Yeah, right. The Brits. I have the end of days approaches. Your role is to guide these hunters and prevent it from coming to pass, which I think is likely.
Yeah.
The end of days approaches. Your role is to guide these hunters and ensure it comes to pass. It's less me. This was the one I had originally picked, but now I'm not. I don't know if I'm into. You have been exiled. You must work for the cause of good without drawing attention from your brothers and sisters, as they are bound to execute you for your crimes. Not just to be displeased, but like,
Yeah.
if you're caught, you're going to be killed.
Yeah.
He said killed.
nice.
Nailed it. One of the other hunters has a crucial role to play in events to come. You must prepare them for their role and protect them at any cost.
Okay.
But yeah, I think trying to prevent some kind of end of days is...
It's
You
a
know.
very reasonable kind of mission to have.
Well,
I
and
mean,
the
'cause-
Tuatha De Danann is all about like augury and
Yeah.
visions and seeing the future and,
Right.
and stuff like that. So, I mean, it
Well,
would
and
make
you even-
sense that
yeah.
either that or one of these hunters is Like it might be this guy, which I knew he was going to join Interpol. So 10 years ago, I got myself into Interpol to sort of set it up. Would be if you wanted to be checked off for this, but otherwise we can just go end of days is coming.
I mean,
Honestly,
up to you.
I like the end of days thing because then it doesn't specifically focus us on one character.
Sure.
So because
So do
it
you
does.
want me to ensure that it comes to pass or prevent end of days?
Well, I mean that's
No.
up to you and
No,
how
no, no.
evil
But you
you
could
want to
also
be,
come-
but it doesn't sound like
Like an end of days could also be like a good thing.
End of bad
yeah.
days?
End
Yeah.
of bad days. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Something to look
Yeah.
forward to.
Right. Yeah.
It's where everyone gets to be on the ocean.
Exactly.
and
Yeah. I mean,
not
if
drowning.
Great
it's called
Cthulhu
Sealand.
rises, then we're all going to be happy in our endless
Mm.
digestion in his bowels. Right? Isn't that how Cthulhu
I-
works?
This got away from
That
us.
was
I think.
really gross.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Ew,
Tentacles.
awesome.
Always. Ew. Yeah.
Sign me up.
I don't know how Cthulhu works.
So yeah, after my mission is just
making
moves.
stuff.
So
Madness.
But yeah, tentacles devouring
Yeah.
Cthulhu.
all right,
Yeah.
I'm going with end
Yeah.
of days, trying to prevent it.
I think that's good. There's a lot there, and there are certainly a lot of monsters who are cool with the whole end of days thing. Yeah,
Groovy.
because they're not really happy with the status quo.
Oh, just one other
Yeah.
point.
Monsters are progressives. Just yeah. I'm sorry. What?
It did ask why couldn't I save my family, and
Oh,
I had to
yeah,
check off.
yeah.
And I mean, based on the context,
And you put
scared and weak.
yeah,
Yeah.
weak
You were a
little
child.
coward. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah, yeah.
just coming at me.
Weren't you a
coming in
child?
hot. Teenager.
Oh, still. I know a lot of teenagers.
No, they're kids.
I teach them.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what any of our students would do if they were attacked by a flying owl witch.
Call an Uber.
Pull out their cell phone and film it.
Yeah.
Or not notice because they were.
Yeah, they
Like
probably
watching
wouldn't
it.
notice it in the first place.
Yeah.
They'd notice it in the background of a selfie later.
Right.
Yeah,
Swipe
like,
left.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Crop.
Well, this would have been in
Wait,
the.
aren't all of your students
90s?
watching right now? Surely they
No.
could tell us.
Nobody's watching.
Oh, I really
Some
want
people-
your
no.
students to
No,
be
I mean my
watching.
students.
Yeah.
That's obviously I'm sure we have hundreds of people in the chat right now.
Jess, can you assign your students to watch
Doesn't that
Jason
sound
on
awesome?
purpose?
To have our students watching us.
You might lose your job for that.
Yeah.
FYI.
I'm trying to think about it, like the worlds collide.
No, don't. No.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
happen.
Those poor children.
They would just laugh at us for making fun of millennials all the time. So.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a millennial.
Millennials are gonna save us, by
Sorry.
the way.
Get
So
off of my lawn.
So
I know. I love millennials, and
Yeah.
I'm really I really do actually I joke about millennials a
Right.
lot, which they deserve. Don't get me wrong, because
Yes.
when they joked about Gen X, we
Yeah.
deserved it. It's all true.
It's all a
With
thing.
your Doc
Yeah.
Martens and your flannel.
I know, right? Yeah. The problem was that
still have
millennials
those
are
things.
actually our only hope, whereas Gen X is we were.
look what we did.
I know. they knew we were a waste
Look
from the
what we
start.
did.
Yes. Yeah.
Aw.
Anyway, so Matilda, how are we going to? Okay.
No, we're great.
Okay, great. So Matilda, do you have anything after that?
No,
Or
I have
you-
nothing.
Okay.
She's fucking blank.
So yeah, but don't worry, you get the best moves.
Well, I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
The one of the longer running Monster of the Week games that I've played in as a player, I played the expert, and it was one of my favorite characters. I played super neurotic Joseph Gordon-Levitt with the glasses. Yeah, I mean that was my concept, was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, neurotic or
look,
E?
I'm looking up pictures of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No, this is for a game. It's have to do this.
He's
Yeah.
cute like a koala.
I know. Right? Anyway, yeah. Okay. So, and
I don't
then,
know
do
how
you
to-
have anything, Kimmy,
sure how
between
confused
I
after
should be right
ratings?
now.
And yeah, what do you have?
I have the dark side. Your
Uh-huh.
powers have an unsavory source, and sometimes you get tempted to do things you shouldn't. These could be orders from whatever granted you your power, or urges that bubble up from your subconscious. Something like that. Whatever it is, it's unsettling. So I get to pick 3. There's a big long list of them.
Yeah.
So far I've picked paranoia and Dark Bargain, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Okay.
Jargon.
I'm sure that will only go well for you.
So great. And then there's like 8 million other things. There's like violence, depression, soulless, addiction, mood swings, rage, self-destruction, poor impulse control, hallucinations, and pain.
Yeah.
Yikes. That
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
I think maybe pain. That seems good.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense with
That'll
the,
go with the
snake
snake, yeah.
choker. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, the spooky is not easy on the soul. It's it's kind of rough, but it's so good. Okay, so all right, so now we've kind of done some of the sort of introduction stuff already, but let's kind of do that now. So we know your characters. We kind of but tell us a little bit about what is it about this character that makes you drawn to the work that you guys are going to be doing. So and then also, you know, if there's anything else that has been left out from the previous stuff that we've discussed, why don't you fill that in now? So yeah, do you want to go, Kimmy, or do you want to go last?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So the idea that the chat said, and like I thought it was kind of cool, was that I was working a case, and I was like undercover with a cult, and something in that ended up either like I was like, sure, I'll totally do the ceremony with you, because I didn't really believe it would actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it did, and so I managed to end up the servant of this.
Is there workers' comp for that?
I didn't fill out the paperwork. I didn't sign before I turned it in.
Yeah.
You get
I
to
thought,
do
no
it
way.
in triplicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
No
gotta
way
read
that'll
those
happen.
waivers.
My first ceremony. Come on. So. Are you okay? I broke Jason, or something broke Jason. I don't know what it was.
Oh no.
You can't
Okay.
catch something on your first time.
Yeah. Right. That's like that's
Oh, I get
legitimate
it.
science.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I was trying to be quiet.
So I think kind of like my motivation now is to like keep people from having what happened to me happen to them.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and to stop these groups that I see are like really hurting people and ruining lives, and hoping that I can keep the thing that owns me. I don't want any more of that in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Who paid an even worse price from what you did?
I feel like there was like the actual like sacrifice. Like there was like, she was like just a girl who'd been in the cults, and she actually like, she's not dead. She's just now, like, she actually lost her soul like completely.
Oh, okay.
So she's now in like this like catatonic state, with just like this horrified look on her face constantly, because her soul is somewhere just suffering horribly.
Okay.
So she's technically alive and in the hospital somewhere in this weird medical.
I wouldn't call it a hospital so much as the basement.
The basement,
but
right?
yeah,
Somewhere,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, is it the basement of the cult? Did you get her out?
I mean, I probably got her out of the ceremony where I also lost my soul. If I could like carried her body, but
Yeah.
I don't know enough at this point. Maybe that's one of the reasons that I keep that I don't give up and just die, because I want to try and find a way to see if I can save her someday.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Because somebody's always got to have it worse, you know.
Right.
Otherwise, it's so easy. Okay. Okay. How about you, Matilda? Tell us more.
Ms. Harrington Cates, please.
Yes. Oh, sorry, Miss Harrington Cates.
Oh, I put case.
Miss or Ms.
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 I like a little bit of mystery.
Yes, Ms.
What was the question?
So is that,
Nailed it.
So you kind of described what you look like a little bit. What is it that brought you into this whole world? What's the incident?
The incident. I don't know that it's one incident, but I think that she's done this enormous amount of research, and so she just knows, and knowing is enough
Half
for
the
her
battle.
to.
Yes.
Thank you.
I stopped myself.
Same.
I just said it in my head.
And so, and I think she gets really angry that other people don't know, even though what she studies is often kind of strange and niche.
It's pronounced niche.
Oh, so, thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
I'm always
I use
willing.
sweetie
I'm ready to explain things.
Thanks.
the same way I use adorable.
Yeah.
So I think that she. I lost my thought.
Yeah. So so she
That was a big build-up for nothing.
yeah, she became exposed to all this
Sounds
stuff
first time
just
I've heard
by
that.
like sheer knowledge. Like at a
Yes,
certain point, she
yes.
knew so much.
And she
there was
also like
nothing-
she can't
there's no
connect
way
with
to
people,
deny it.
so she's trying to sometimes help, but she can't, and so she becomes frustrated. She can't communicate.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
So she's often like in a room by herself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
She doesn't have
That's totally
a.
healthy.
She has an inheritance.
Uh huh.
Well, with that name,
Right.
What?
Yeah.
with that name,
Yeah.
it's the least she could get is an inheritance.
But no surviving family.
Okay.
Hence the
That
boarding school.
she knows of.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm
Please.
wondering, like, you learned all this stuff from book learning, but did you have like a point where you experienced these forces of darkness? At some
Well, I
point?
think yes, because I have a little bit of magic.
Mhm.
So, but kind of like Prospero from The Tempest.
Mhm.
Remember, he studied magic through books, and
Yeah.
without his books, he's nothing,
Mhm.
right? And
So
I
if
think
you
that's how. That's
so
how
if
she
you
is.
have the spell book, you can do magic, but you just don't have it inherently.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool. What's a spell you did that turned out really badly?
I almost made a really strange non-joke there about hair removal.
I'm into it. I'd like to know more.
No
Right,
idea what
yeah.
ladies go through. Well, I
Maybe.
think that I think it would have to do with connecting with someone in a way and
okay.
having it backfire. Maybe she. A love potion would be kind of silly,
Yeah.
but
maybe sort of like a far seeing, like like a telepathic kind of thing, or trying to scrying sort of thing, where you're trying to
you like help
Yeah.
out someone that she kind of thinks she could have a connection with, but it goes wrong and hurts them instead,
Oh.
and so she retreats again.
What?
I think I just figured out one of my history links.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, because and this might be better saved for history, but maybe at some point there was some sort of connection with Christian.
Yeah.
That because he had to do all kinds of book learning as well. So
Yeah.
got to get those books from somewhere. Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
library.
Yes.
The what now?
The
I'm
library.
not familiar with that.
That's library.
Yeah.
Is that a new thing? Is that an app?
Yes. Yeah. Is there any specific area that you've focused on more than others? Like you mentioned artifacts. So are you really especially into the artifacts kind of stuff, or is it more like I'm into spells, or I know about all the different monsters, or I know the history? Or
Yeah, I think it's more history. I think she kind of goes down one path and gets really, really focused on that, and then gets distracted with something else and gets really, really focused on that. So I think she's interested in developing her own magic a little bit,
yeah.
but I think that she's also interested in helping other people from afar.
Yeah.
So like the monsters and the weaponry and stuff like that
Yeah.
a little bit, but as a way to stop other people from being harmed, but she doesn't ever want any credit for it.
So aloof, stays focused on books quietly by herself.
Yeah.
Tries to help people from afar.
Yes, but dresses impeccably.
Dresses impeccably.
And everything is like lined up perfectly. All of her
Super
shoes are-
OCD.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
other than the inheritance, you're basically playing me.
Yeah.
I think she's slightly less gorgeous.
Jess wins the game, everybody.
Yeah, it's
All right.
done.
Good job,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Good
Bye.
night.
This
Hey,
is it. No. So, Jason.
Yeah.
What else is there to know about Aelith?
Let's see. I think it's important that while she's somewhat older in actual age, she spent most of her life just living in the whatever realm the Tuatha De Danann live in, and just doing that kind of stuff. And I think she kind of came to some disagreement because it turns out Menon and McLaris also associated with Fomorians, which is like giants and that. And like there was some stuff getting broken, and he was like, giants will be giants, and she was like, really? that's the line? And so at some point she was like, all right, I'm gonna go help some people. And then when she turned up, there was like she helped some people, and then there was like the next person to help, and then she's like, oh wait, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And plus they have chips,
Right.
And
so is it kind of an altruistic motivation then?
partly, but she also, it turns out she was really sick of fairy food. So they live in the land of the fairies. This is their food, right? So it's like the Fae eat a lot of like lampas bread and leaves.
Right,
and
yeah.
shit.
She's like, screw this, I want haggis.
She's like, wait a minute, chips
What does
are
lambus
good.
bread taste like?
I think it's sort of like the Starbucks Madeleines, right? So it's good, but there's a point where you get too much of it.
Yeah.
No such thing as too much Madeleine. Well, anyway,
I make my own madeleines.
of course you do.
I'll bring some for you next time.
For real?
Yeah, why
I was
not?
going to make fun of you, but then you said you were going to bring us cookies. So.
Yeah, that is awesome.
It's
Cool.
so
We're
much
good.
better
Cool.
fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
believe it.
That's something I will believe after I eat them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no way to compare.
Yes,
I have nothing to compare
right.
them to.
Yeah, so until you prove it, okay, so there's kind of just that feeling of this is just more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, she'll do this for a while, but
Yeah.
then I think she sort of got tangled up. It was like easiest for her to. She kind of melded into Scottish life, and then like saw like, oh, the cops actually like they're allowed to do this the kind of stuff that I'm doing, and so just worked her way into there. Made detective, like just kind of did it the old-fashioned way, and realized she could still do good and have fun doing it, and it was fine. And she could learn more about humans. They were sort of a thing she was aware of from afar, but she's just worked her way up through the ranks, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like she has this normal life path, right? Of she's got some made-up history of where she went to school, and then went through Scotland Yard, investigator, and then got pulled into Interpol when she accidentally saw something she wasn't supposed to see. It was just like, it was like the first time she wasn't able to cover up a supernatural case. And some things came to light that shouldn't have come to light, and Interpol was like, we'll take care of that, and you're coming with us. And she was like, oh no. Okay, finally.
Who's the agent that brought you in?
Agent Dunderhofer.
Dunderhofer?
Yeah, also
It's a legitimate
hyphenated.
name.
Hyphenated.
Yeah,
Definitely real.
Dunderhofer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't make up names.
Yeah.
That's the agent who brought her in.
Yeah, there's going to be an Agent Dunderhofer now. And if you guys think that that's too funny and ridiculous, well, then you don't know, because...
I don't make fun of people's names. That is childish.
I
And-
prefer the last name Snodgrass.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
This is a good one.
I think it's hilarious.
Of course, somebody named Matilda Harrington Cates would prefer the name Snodgrass. Yeah.
That's awfully English.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Dunderhofer's like some Austrian dude.
Probably, yeah.
Dunderhofer.
Dunderhofer. There will be a party in his apartment. Yeah.
Please bring two beverages.
I'll get the video up.
Agent Dunderhofer is ready to see you now.
No. This is a different game.
This is what you've done now. Yeah. So Mike, is there anything else you want to tell us about Christian?
Gosh, I don't know. Good. I think I went through a good amount. Is
Yeah.
there anything?
Yeah. No, I
else
think
you'd like
I
to
feel
know?
you had a pretty good introduction. So.
Okay.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a question?
Yes.
How old are you now?
Good question.
16.
I would say like mid-30s. I'll be unoriginal.
Okay.
So mid-30s white dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing I'd know about.
Racist.
Good.
Plaid shirt?
Yeah.
What?
Plaid shirt?
Plaid shirt? No. Ugh, plaid shirts.
Stripes.
Who
Only
wears those?
stripes.
Nobody wears plaid.
No, only black, man.
No.
What about you,
Black
Kimmy?
stripes.
How old is Liliana? Or age, or roughly,
Um,
like vaguely?
probably a lot older than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Same.
mean, wait, when was the Interpol started?
1928.
1928?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Demon's not quite done with me yet. It's
Mm.
been a long time.
Really? Okay. Well, okay. Now there is a snag though, so
Oh,
let
yeah.
me fill you in on a little bit of Interpol history
Okay.
real quick before you commit.
Let me think about that. Go.
Okay. So, funny story. But during the rise of the Nazis, they actually took over Interpol. And Interpol was essentially a Nazi organization until the end of World War II, and when it was reclaimed
Right.
by the Allies.
It probably.
So, but I mean, you could have still been like, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no,
Okay.
go.
Sorry. So she's Russian, so she wouldn't have been able to be there because they were
Yeah.
part of the Allies.
Yeah.
But so right after that, like she went in maybe it was the Nazis that were the cults that was doing this thing because they were super
yeah.
into the occult.
Ooh, yeah.
And
yeah.
so it's like been since then. So when Interpol came back right after World War II, I was there, and
yeah.
darn.
Ooh,
So-
okay, yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
OG.
Yes. Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's super fun. Oh my God, so many ideas, and now you're gonna get to punch Nazis at some point.
And so you're not
Goodness.
in charge because you don't want to be.
They wouldn't know.
No.
Let her.
At this point,
Wouldn't
it's
let
like, oh, so a demon owns you. You probably shouldn't have any rank
Oh.
or
right.
a passport
Okay.
or anything.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can fight things, but we also, like, you're a second away from being the thing we're fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're terrified
it.
of you.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's really fun. Okay, and then how old is Matilda ish? I know
She's about 40.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say I know like Relani never would reveal her age, but yeah.
She wouldn't know to not reveal her age.
Yeah, she just doesn't care. She's past giving a fuck.
She's like,
yeah.
are you talking to me? Go away.
Yeah.
Sweetie.
You're still talking.
Okay, cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the history. This is my favorite part of the game. I love Powered by the Apocalypse games for these points. So we're going to go around again. On your turn, pick a relationship for another hunter, and we'll talk about it, discuss it. Should be consensual. We'll agree on what it is and what it all means. But why don't we do the Jason, and we'll start by going around.
Is it a dance?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know
Doing the
this.
Jason?
I don't know
Is
what
that-
to do.
Kimmy's kind of nailed the
Oh
Jason.
no, it's like this.
Yeah.
It's a crab.
It's a crap.
the crab
But
scoop.
then you have to
Crab
like
scoop.
wave your hands like you have a mohawk. Yeah.
This is great.
Oh my
Everyone's
God.
being me.
If you're only listening, I'm sad for you right now.
There's a lot of pantomime that I can't describe, but I'm thrilled.
Yeah, yes.
It's like the awkward scooty chair movement, but with also like a
Yeah.
rooster
Like,
hand
yeah.
thing.
Make a moment to
happening.
visit
Crabs.
YouTube later.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah. It's some crap hands.
This is the
Some
best
crab
day ever.
hands.
It's like my birthday all
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that was so amazing. Okay, so... No, we're going... So I want everybody to just read the list of what your history options are. As you're listening to other people's, kind of think about like, oh, that's a place where we could fit together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so what has happened over the last, I'm going to say, at least a year that that the four of you have been working together as a team, or as the major components of a team. The four of you have had interactions and dealings. Some of you have been here a lot longer, like Liliana and Aelith have probably known each other at least since Aelith entered into Interpol.
Yeah, okay.
And you know,
When was that? Sorry.
Well, let's say like 5 years ago.
Okay, so yeah, so you guys probably known each other at least that amount of time. Agent Dunderhofer would have been like, "You saw the weird shit. This is our weird shit. Here's Liliana." She's like, "He's fine. I do the weird stuff."
Yeah.
So,
Then.
yeah. So you guys have probably known each other for a while. You know,
I'd say
Matilda and Christian might have crossed paths a lot since they're both Americans, and in the American hunter culture, maybe there's something, or maybe you didn't meet before this point.
I have an idea for that.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Sure.
We'll get to it.
Yes, we will get to that. So, but yeah, so think about what those are. Maybe you've only known each other for a short time. Maybe you've known each other for years or your whole life. It is also possible. So, because I think like the expert has one of like, another hunter is a distant relative of mine, or is a family relation. So, so anyway, so let's go around. Let's read all of our histories, and then we'll start to put those together. So, Jason, why don't you start?
Okay. If you are protecting another hunter as your mission, tell them this: you have a crucial role in what is to come. I am here to guide and defend you. Blank should not be involved. They should not be involved in this situation. The prophecies didn't mention them at all. This gets your attention, but you don't know what it means yet. They are at heart a good and righteous person. You must help them stay that way. They are an abomination and should be destroyed. Except you can't work out with them. Why not? Their prayer, perhaps an informal or even unconscious prayer, summoned you. They fill you with feelings of sexual infatuation. You are confused by the associated mortal emotions.
You can't answer the GM.
No. They saved your life, and you understand, intellectually at least, that you owe them for it. They're the person you go to for advice on mortal stuff, e.g. sex, food, drugs, television, etc.
Okay. How about Matilda?
I'm not
Yes.
supposed to
Oh.
pick any yet, right?
No, we're just going to read them all.
Totally
and
just
think.
reading. Okay.
Yes.
They are your student, apprentice, ward, or child. Between you, decide which. They came to you for advice, and your advice got them out of trouble. Ask them what the trouble was. They know about some of your dark secrets, but they've agreed to keep quiet about them. Tell them what they know. I love that. A distant relation. Tell them exactly what. You were previously both members of an eldritch group, now disbanded. Ask them why they left, then tell them why you did. They once helped you get a singular item that is now part of your haven. Tell them what it was. You were taught by the same master. Ask them how it ended.
Yeah. I love the implication in that. Ask them how it ended. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
Like,
It's done.
Amazing.
Hi, Ivan.
And one more. You saved their life in a tight spot. Tell them what happened.
Yeah. I think I know Jason and I have talked about this, and because we love our PBTA talk, but a lot of the PBTA games, there's this sort of like, hey, let's talk about it, let's share it. And Monster of the Week is a little more like, this is the thing I've declared for you, which is a little more similar to the original Apocalypse World was kind of like, you've seen their dreams. What did you see in them? Like it's yeah. So, but we'll go a little more like consensual discussion thing. But there is a lot of that like, tell them what freaky thing you did. That they know about whether they want to or not. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Matilda. She got some freak on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Kimmy.
Right, I have a lot of them.
Yes.
They taught you to control your powers to the extent that you can control them at all. You are bloodkin. Decide together exactly what. You are married or romantically involved. Decide between you the exact relationship. You're old friends and trust each other completely. You use your powers on. You used your powers on them one time. Decide if it was for selfish reasons or not, and tell them if they found out about it. You've known each other for some time, but since your powers manifested, you keep them at a distance emotionally. You hope they can help you control your powers. They saw you use your powers for selfish and vindictive reasons. Ask them who the victim was, and then tell them what you did.
Okay. Nice. And Mike, what about the Rond?
All right. So they helped you at a critical point in your quest for revenge. Tell them what you needed help with. They stood between you and what you needed to find out. Ask them why. They also lost a friend or relative to these monsters. Ask them who it was. Relations, close or distant, tell them exactly what. You saved their life back when they were a pathetic newbie hunter. Ask them what you saved them from. You respect their hard-earned knowledge and often come to them for advice. They showed you the ropes when you were learning how to fight. They saw you absolutely lose it and go berserk. Tell them what the situation was and ask them how much collateral damage you caused.
Nice. Okay. So, did anybody have any ideas?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I just say that no one said the word taint at all?
Until now.
Until just
Thank you,
Welcome.
Jessica.
Thanks.
Okay, so everybody's got some. Good. So you're going to pick one for each of the other hunters. So go, Mr.
When I
Segment.
started cracking up earlier, I realized that Matilda is the person I go to for advice on mortal stuff.
She's the worst. That's
Right,
amazing.
but she doesn't know that.
Okay. Yes,
And
it's
you
true.
you have books and you look smart.
Right.
Yeah.
And are smart about things, but not about the things she needs to know about. So there's a lot of like, help me blend in. So you also must know that
You're
she's not.
Well, to blend in, you must wear pearls for dinner.
Yeah.
And
No
you shouldn't be
white
taught
after Labor Day.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Duh.
I think there's a lot of this where I mean she probably wears kind of boring suits to work,
Yeah.
but like anyway, is that all right? She comes to you for advice.
I think that's brilliant.
All right.
Nice. Okay. All right. Matilda, what do you got?
Okay, I'm thinking it might be cool if Christian was my student, and that's where our crossover was because he came to me for information on his
Yeah.
on his I don't know what it's called. I forgot the La Lechuga.
Quest.
Lechuga, yeah.
Okay, it's not lettuce. It's that other thing.
Not lettuce.
And then decided to sort of like study with me because you're only like 10 years younger than I am, and
Yeah.
Now I want a lettuce monster to fight.
Maybe.
Wish granted.
Hate
I'd pay
lettuce.
$3
Yeah,
to watch
lettuce
that.
is delicious.
No, so I think I definitely like was looking around the world for someone who knew more than I did to find out like, hey, where do I go for these things?
yeah.
There
Your
you
father can't give you the answers.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Your
No,
mom can't either.
He drinks.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I was thinking there might be some reason that Liliana at some point stood between me and what I needed to find out. Like,
Ooh.
if I found out, like, oh, there's maybe these cultists or someone who knows something, but you stop me from going after them for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
But why would you do that? Ask them why.
Because you were in too deep.
Yeah, or maybe you
I
thought.
don't think you know.
No.
I think, like, on the surface, I was like, oh, it's too dangerous. Going in could cause more deaths. There was this one awful time where I did something similar and a girl lost her life for it. But there's a sneaky, you might wonder, is that Liliana's choice? Or are these cultists involved in the person who runs her? Is it the puppet or the puppet master?
Because
Oh,
I feel like there's
that's-
going to be a little tension because I'm not
Yeah.
down with these like
Right.
demon evil magic things.
Right. Yeah.
good.
And
Quick question, I guess, for our setting. Do all four of us know each other's secrets?
Oh, that's
Do we
important.
know that you're a demon owned? Do we know I'm a
True.
deity-ish?
I would say that's up to.
Yeah, I think this is up to you guys.
Okay.
How much you would have shared with each other. I imagine that, like, I mean, my initial thought would be that Aelith knows about Liliana's past because Dunderhofer was like, by the way, you're going to have to kill her if she gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And I think Matilda knows about Aelith's background because
Oh,
at
yeah.
some point it came up and she was like, I'm so glad you know because I don't know what to wear to this thing.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think it's funny to think about, too, because, like, the Celtic gods are super, they're just hedonistic and just,
Yeah.
like, drink and eat and sex everything and, like, would really have difficulty fitting in, I think. So that having somebody who really knows their way around social situations is
Right.
She's
the
gonna
way to
fuck
go.
up your shit so bad.
Yeah.
This is great.
So,
I'd like
yeah,
to
so,
think
but-
I suspect there's more than meets the eye.
Well, and I think that's reasonable because you have spent your whole life
Yeah.
hunting, you know, these kinds of,
I'm a-
demonic, you know, packs.
But honestly,
People with these,
because they're not evil and because they've had a lot of time to kind of blend in.
And I've gotten a lot of
Yeah.
good advice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I've taught you
Yeah.
to be on
Yeah.
the lookout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's reasonable that you at least suspect that Liliana has, you know, has some sort of demon.
I think you
connection.
definitely know that I have like dark powers. Whether I don't think I've told you or
The
told you guys
extent.
that I am being controlled by somebody else.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
like, oh well, like you know I get my powers from a dark place, which
Yeah.
you're not cool with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, by the way, they own me.
But I've never seen
Right,
you do anything
yeah, yeah.
outrightly evil,
Yeah.
so I'm
Right.
like, you're okay
You
for
probably,
now.
yeah, you probably see me as kind of witch-like, which probably sets off your buttons. But I do the right things, so you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might
definitely.
be on your list.
Yeah.
You probably assume this is like some little familiar or something,
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
because that'd be hard to miss.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, Liliana, what do you have one?
Yeah. I'm trying to. Well. There's one that I like for Jason's character, but it doesn't quite work just because of our timeline. So I don't know if I can modify it a little bit. It says you've known each other for some time, but since your powers manifested, you keep them at a distance emotionally. And since I got my powers
Oh,
before
right.
I met her,
Yeah. Well, maybe when you guys met, there was a lot of connection between you, but maybe there's something's happened recently that's caused you to pull away.
or we met in the 30s.
Oh.
And I've been gone for a long time.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we both ran back to each other. We're like,
Oh,
Really?
What?
this is
yeah.
awkward.
Like, neither of us looks older.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
We're like
yeah.
exactly the same.
Ah,
Cough,
okay.
cough. Glad there's no Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Whew. Stayed far away from photography.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's really great. Actually.
Okay, cool. And so we both are like, there's something about you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is.
Besides
But-
being very good at aging.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's like.
So what was the
Multiple things.
note of the history again? What's it
So
say?
I keep them at a distance. So
Oh,
you've
okay.
known each other. So maybe we actually knew each other
Yeah.
back in the day before I had
We
powers.
punched some Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you got through that. Okay, good. Also, you look the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you as well.
Yeah, we probably both have very different auras about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably look the same but totally different at the same time. You're like,
yeah.
oh, you,
Yeah.
something happened to you.
Well, and
Yeah.
maybe like now you're more aware of that kind of aura about her.
Yeah.
And you know that it's sort of very antithetical to whatever aura must be around you.
Yeah.
You know, because like
I wouldn't have seen it before.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And now you know, like you might not know exactly what it is, but there is a like a goodness and altruism about Aelith that like probably means that
Makes me
she's
feel a
not
little
gonna.
slimy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like oh.
All that
You-
water and the oil, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, this is great.
yeah. Okay, all right. So, Aelith, how about another one from you?
Well, yeah. Actually, I think the reverse one for Liliana is they're at heart a good and righteous person. You must help them stay that way.
Okay.
And so she's always trying to help Liliana do good and be her best self.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Because she remembers Liliana 1.0.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
Okay. Cool.
should I just do my other one too? Or wait, my turn, which I'm great at.
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
good at
Let's
waiting.
let's wait your turn.
Okay.
So
I'm the best at that.
Yeah. Let's continue our little crisscross. Jess, how about?
Okay, I need help with this one.
Okay.
I think they came to you for advice, and your advice got them into trouble. No, wait, it's got them out of trouble. Got them out of trouble.
Oh, that's not me.
Getting out of trouble is
Can you switch it into trouble?
into trouble, right? Yeah. So your advice got them out of trouble.
Yeah, the whole thing is what was the trouble that I kind of
I mean,
haven't come
that
up
could
with.
work for me. Like,
Yeah.
like she wouldn't keep coming to you for advice if it was always bad,
It's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
right?
It's true.
Well, and maybe this advice specifically had to do with problems with the Tuatha De Danann.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And she found some way to help you keep from like getting, something was going bad with your people, and she was able to keep you out of that.
Yeah, something not so socially targeted.
Right. Yeah. This is her good advice. So
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there were some giants, and I was like, oh, I'm going to take care of this personally, and you're like, well, you're going to completely blow up your Interpol cover, and your whole life will go away.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, all right, someone else is going to have to deal with the giants, and like actually stayed out of it. Because
Yeah.
it was completely unrelated to everything Interpol's doing.
Right. Yeah.
It was like one giant, and it was little.
Uh-huh.
It was a little 8-footer. Nobody cares. He's
Right,
just causing
yeah.
problems.
Adorable.
Yep. The cutest.
Right. Oh, precious little 8-foot giants. Okay. All right. What about another one from Christian?
It was just Hagrid.
Um,
Oh.
Hey, you.
let's see. I was gonna say, Aelith saw me completely lose it and go berserk.
Was this maybe one of your early missions?
Yeah, I would say pretty early on, maybe we came across some foe that was dangerously similar to an owl witch.
Yeah, like an owl bear.
This creature was in possibly some kind of populated area, like maybe in a building of some kind, and I didn't want to hold back.
Maybe it was like a sea witch, like a hag,
Sure.
right? And that's probably going to seem at least a little bit similar. I have no idea what owl witches are like, but I know what hags are.
Sure. Yeah, similar enough.
Okay,
And what kind of collateral damage would I have caused?
Yeah.
all of it.
all of the damage.
Yeah,
I,
probably
I
like
destroyed the sea.
a corporate coffee chain coffee bar, and their corporate art. Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, probably like there was a fancy restaurant down on the pier, right? And I was gonna go down and be like, talk this hag into leaving, right? Because she's causing problems and they'll listen to me. But you were already involved.
Yeah.
You were having a conversation with her in your fists,
Yep.
and
I burned it all down.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just burned it.
yeah. Is that
Killed
Yeah.
on fire.
There's no pier anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
This is
not
gone.
that pier.
Not that pure anyway.
Did you cover up for me?
Yeah, I think that was probably one of my first Interpol missions.
Oh, okay.
Was they were like, "Hey, go deal with the hag on the pier." I'm like, "That's cool. That's fine. Hags all day." And when I got there, this guy is taking care of the situation. How's that sound?
Was that
Oh,
before
yeah.
I was involved?
Yeah, I think that's when I brought you into Interpol.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like he's
You're
a
like-
loose cannon, doesn't play by the rules, but
Right.
we could use that.
Yeah, I mean, any member of the Tuatha De Danann who's got a hard-on for rules is going to get kicked out.
It's true.
So
Yeah, it's true.
Cool.
Okay, nice. Okay. All right, Liliana, what about you?
All right, I think I can do 2 birds with 1 stone, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right, I have 2 things listed. I have one that says you used your powers on them one time, decide if it was for selfish reasons or not, and tell them if they found out about it. Then another one says they saw you use your powers for selfish or vindictive reasons. Ask them who the victim was, and then tell them what you did. So my idea is that at some point in your book learning, you came upon something like you recognized the snake around my neck, and you suddenly were like, oh shit. So I had to use my powers on you to make you kind of forget that.
oh man,
And you saw me do it. But she doesn't remember, so you don't know what I did. And I'm like, no, I was helping her with the headache she had.
Oh, it's a puzzle with missing pieces.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
So you don't remember doing any of that, and you don't remember me doing anything to you, so you're like, what's your problem?
This is so great because the one I chose for you.
Yeah?
would,
Okay,
like-
good.
Yeah, go into
let's
it.
do
Yeah.
that one next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But are you both okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, I think that
Right.
plays also into kind of the thing we have already with like the suspicion of each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, what was your character's name again?
Christian.
Christian. And, okay. Okay, cool.
I think I might 2 birds, 1 stone you too.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Do it. Do it.
Phrasing?
Look, I'm all about killing birds.
Yeah.
I'm all about getting
And I really
stoned.
need to conserve
What?
stones.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 2 here. They know about some of your dark secrets, but you've agreed to keep them. But they've agreed to keep quiet about them, tell them what they know, and a distant relation. So I'm thinking that my actual brush with magic and being a little bit nervous about people is that I think I killed my own parents.
Okay.
Ooh.
And that's why they're gone, and that's why I have this inheritance. There's no body, but it was sort of when I was experimenting with magic and sort of testing out my power, and I didn't really know if it was real yet because this is stuff in books,
Yeah.
and they're gone now, and you know about it because you are a great cousin way back.
Oh,
Like, way back.
I have one of those. You are bloodkin. Decide together exactly what. There you go. Perfect.
Ding.
Okay. Nice.
And is it maybe I know where they went because I'm in touch with like someone on the dark, like on the evil side of
Yeah.
things?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I think they're not actually, maybe not actually dead, but you might know more.
Might be worse than dead.
It
Yeah.
absolutely could be.
Yeah.
One of them's her snake.
Probably not going to tell you that.
God of a monster.
Yeah, the chat room keeps trying to decide like, oh, there's snakes. Maybe the soul of the girl in the coma. Oh,
Whoa,
so they
oh.
keep like switching around who the snake soul is. It's
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of
nice. Ah.
When did you become ensnakeified?
interesting. During World War II.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although the chat room, they can decide that if it's better that I was like undercover with the Nazis, or if maybe when the Nazis took over Interpol, I went back to Mother Russia, and maybe
yeah.
that's what
Uh-huh.
happened. I don't know. So
Yeah,
I'm okay
I
with that.
like that it was like a Nazi
Okay.
ritual that ended up
Okay.
with this kind of
Okay, so I was like
badness.
undercover with them.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, I
but
like that one.
but I mean,
I think that would have. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that works. Yeah.
because I kind of maybe like you were undercover with the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
Bad stuff happened. Ritual went south.
Right.
You might have ended up a prisoner at Interpol for a while.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, or maybe you escaped, leaving the girl behind. She was their prisoner. You went back to Russia,
Right.
and then came back to Interpol later.
I like that.
So,
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So, okay.
I think we had a follow.
Yeah, we did.
Awesome.
We've had a bunch of folks.
We had a what?
Oh, awesome. Thanks for following.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yay!
folks are
Cool.
following the
Awesome.
channel.
I don't know what that means. I think that means you are.
Liking it. It's cool.
Yeah,
Liking
they're
us?
following the show.
Yeah.
They like us.
Yeah.
Channel.
They really
You
like us.
me. You really like me. It's not me. I know. Okay, so Jason. No, I think we're done with Jason. Okay.
Yep.
No, Jason. You
Right.
had another one. I
Uh,
love all of that, by the way. The
Yeah.
whole intermix. Yeah.
That's good.
so possibly, I was thinking Chris might have saved my life at some point.
Oh.
Maybe in the wreckage at the pier was like, stand back, mortal, I'll handle this, and then I didn't handle it.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
But probably because
Yeah.
he already broke the pier, and then I crashed through it, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Can you drown?
Probably not. But they saved your life, and you understand intellectually, at least, that you owe them for it. Is that working
Yeah.
out? Yeah. All right.
I wonder if maybe even it was on like one of the first missions you had to take him on. You know,
Yeah, it could
and
be
so-
a different situation.
And it was kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I was right.
I'll
like,
train
this
the
was-
rookie. All right, I'll do
Right,
this.
yeah.
But then he actually was.
Yeah,
able
they
to,
were
like,
all
turn around
you were
and-
surrounded, and I just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
went nutso on them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I should get one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
Crowbar.
didn't talk about gear. We sort of talked about gear beforehand, off camera, but we'll come back to it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then Mike, you still need another
Yeah,
one?
I need one for
Christian?
I need one for Matilda,
Okay.
and none of the ones I have left are super interesting because we already kind of have this really like 3 of these would apply to us. Like they helped me at a critical point in my quest for revenge,
Mhm.
or respect their hard-earned knowledge and often come to them for advice. Those are all things that
So,
kind of
yeah,
apply.
Yeah.
I would say I definitely think at some point like I found out that there was this American living in Switzerland. You said is that where your base is?
No. I think I've returned to DC
You've returned.
and taken over the family pile.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's where you hang out. Okay, that makes sense.
So we're closer. We're American.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this was kind of at the beginning. Like I had gone off and done a lot of like physical training. Like I'm gonna go beat some stuff up, but then I realized that wasn't enough, and I had to find the expert
Yeah.
and tracked you down that way. And you kind of, I would say, you probably gave me. I think you gave me a name.
Dingus.
Dingus. Yes.
Dingus Dunderhofer.
Agent Dingus Dunder.
Yeah,
Always
I'm trying
taken
to think of like
seriously.
a way, like just like maybe a first clue on my way, and then I was like, no, teach me more.
Oh,
Yeah.
she gave you a name to look into.
Yes.
Oh.
I thought you meant she
Like a
gave you
name.
like your new moniker
Oh.
or something.
Literally
like,
the
yeah.
same.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I was thinking like magic, like you have it like your actual true name, and then
Oh,
you got power
oh.
over
Well,
you.
shoot, we can
Oh,
go that
that's
way.
even. Oh. Okay, Kimmy wins the game. Sorry.
Oh,
guys.
thanks for no.
I'm happy to share.
No, I'm happy to go more.
Oh, no, I
like,
don't-
is
you
that
don't
something?
understand how winning works.
I can,
Oh.
I can explore that.
I don't
Yeah,
do sports.
I like that. Maybe she gave you. I mean, she gave you access to your true name, which allows you a certain amount of like protection against, against magic or like possession or spells or something.
She's so good at
Like,
stuff.
I know you're so
Dang.
good at it. But yeah, maybe if you like, most people don't know their true name or know that they even have one, and so they can be possessed. They can be
Yeah.
controlled by by other magical powers. But if you know your true name, then you can't be you can't be possessed by a demon or whatever or something like that. So.
Speaking
that
of that,
now.
Yes.
I have a fourth one I'd like to do if that's
Okay.
if it's all right.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, so just so you
Technically,
guys
I'm
know,
not
like
possessed.
mechanically, I don't think there's any. I can't remember, but no, I think you.
do we not have like a help move in this one?
There is, because one of my
So good at this, guys.
help outs.
Yeah, there is a help out. But
it's
but you
cool.
roll plus cool. So like the
Interesting.
history actually has no mechanical benefit.
Okay. Well, I still like this
yeah,
one.
but
If
so
Liliana's
we can have more if we want.
into it. They should not be
She does the
involved in
weird
this
stuff.
situation. The prophecies didn't mention them at all. This gets your attention. You don't know what it means yet. Because
Oh,
really, you were
okay.
supposed to be dead by
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
And so there's this like she has a good idea of what the prophecies say, and she's just now realizing, oh, the prophecies were sort of being awkward around this black hole in the middle of the story, and people said, oh yeah, we don't know why that's going to happen. We're like, oh, that's happening because this entity that wasn't in the prophecy exists,
Right.
and that's
I love that. That's awesome.
a little off-putting.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally.
Not part of the prophecy. Okay. The rest of these don't really fit for how I see the
Okay.
character.
Oh my god, I love making characters in this game.
I know.
I know, right?
So
Ugh,
much
it's so good. Okay, so the prophecies don't mention Liliana.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's a good one. Good thinking.
By the way, I just thought of a fun implication. Matilda told Christian his true name, which means Matilda knows his true name.
Mm.
Watch
So-
out.
Yeah, if she ever
What are
turns
you gonna use it
evil.
for?
Yeah.
Man, I can't trust anyone, can I? Shoot.
She's just gonna make her a sandwich. That's
That's
I
Yeah.
have people to do that for
oh,
me.
right. Yeah, because you know all their names.
Yeah.
And because
Right,
you killed
yeah.
your parents.
Yeah. That's so sad.
I mean, why would you give me?
I
Why
just
would you?
forgot, and then I
Yeah.
remember.
I'm curious. What do you think your motivation would be for helping me? Did I punch somebody real good?
Well, for her, I think for you, with you, you're. No, she's not impressed by that.
That's such like the
It's just-
Texas answer.
Yeah.
Did I punch somebody? Is that why you like me? Gave me my true name?
Right. Yeah.
Did I make with the shooting?
I think there's a connection, right? And she doesn't have connections with people, and so she wants to help you out because in the only way that she can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Is it the awkward sort of like she's into him, or just like genuinely wants to be helpful?
No, I think she sees him as. I don't think that she is able to I don't think she has sexual feelings.
Yeah.
So I think she loves having someone listen to her.
Yeah.
Right. That's why she gives you advice.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
she takes on a student.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have family. You don't really have friends. They, and your life has become focused around all this research. And here's this kid who's like, I want to research.
Yep.
Only about this one thing, otherwise punch and shoot. But, a kid shows up wanting to know the thing that you're most proud of knowing.
It's a human talking to me.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's very
in the
exciting.
only way that you would want a
Yes.
human to talk to you.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, so I think there's
Yeah.
that natural sort of teacher-student kind of relationship.
I like that.
Cool.
Even though teachers are evil, they never have good relationships with students. It's totally that's how teaching works, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. Totally evil.
You got to toe
Yeah.
the line.
Okay.
Master's degree in 666.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we got a few more quick things to do, but I would. Some of you have gear and moves.
Yeah.
So I'd like I'd like to know if you've picked any moves yet, and if so, what they are. But I think we'll go over those again when we do our first session.
Yeah.
Because we'll want to refresh and there's a lot to unpack there. So, but let's just tell everybody what are your moves? What are the things that you can do?
Well, first, can I ask a question
Yes.
about gear?
Yes.
So I have to pick a divine weapon.
Okay.
But I mean, aside from trident, which
Duh.
that escalated quickly.
Right.
But also, I like the idea of the way the Thunderhammer is described is that it's 3 harm, it's a hand weapon, and it has stun,
Yeah.
and it's holy.
Okay.
Right? I like that idea, but I'm wondering if it's possible to. I mean, the Celts
Change the color.
or can they be like brass knuckle, like thunder knuckles,
Thunder knuckles.
instead of a hammer?
Sound dirty to me.
I don't know why I didn't say anything dirty. I want brass knuckles with the Thunderhammer powers as
Yes.
the Thunder Knuckles.
These
Okay,
are all
right.
great nicknames, by the way.
Yes. Thunder knuckles.
Thunder knuckles.
Otherwise, I'll just go with the
Yes.
silver trident and hope nobody asks me about it.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
No, I do kind of like that idea. I'm not concerned about the the specifics
Oh,
so
okay.
much as
Well, I didn't know if
the
part of the
flavor.
challenge
Yeah.
was how do you hide your epic divine weapon?
No, I
because
think-
all of these are huge and obnoxious.
Yeah. Well, and I think if you think of this,
Chat room says shillelagh.
ooh, yeah,
Yeah, that's a good option too.
Yeah,
shillelagh might be better.
yeah,
In the hidden,
And
it's
it could-
like a nightstick sort of
right,
thing.
yeah, and it can still have stun or whatever.
Yeah.
But so the main inspiration for Monster of the Week was Supernatural, and the main inspiration for the Divine was Castiel, whose angel knife just appears out of nowhere, and just it doesn't matter because he's an angel, so you can't
Right.
see the knife, just like you can't see the wings until certain things happen. But
The shillelagh is a great idea.
yeah, but yeah, having something culturally appropriate, I think would be really cool.
Okay.
But having some thunder and breast.
Yeah, they also like the Thunder Knuckles idea,
Yeah.
so it's
Okay.
both
So-
are good options.
I'm gonna sleep on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alright,
so
cool.
think about that. But and so I'm gonna let Mike talk about it. But we kind of talked about his gear earlier because the Wronged has a very specific gear thing.
Yeah,
too.
I get a signature weapon, and one of the things can be a specialist weapon where I have a special item that destroys. That's just good for destroying my foes. And what we talked about was the possibility of cold iron being the item that is effective against these users of dark magic and shapeshifters. And because I'm just an American Texas boy, I use a crowbar made of cold iron
Yes.
to just
Nice.
wail on some fools.
I'm into it.
Yes, I know. I highly approve of this idea.
Yes.
So, you wield a crowbar? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make that work. So, yeah. So, and I don't think you guys. Oh no, the expert has some gear available.
And a
Special gear
haven.
available.
Haven.
Right? And a
I don't
haven.
have. I have
Haven.
some gear available,
Yeah.
but it's monster slaying weapons.
Yeah.
The mallet and wind stake, silver sword, cold iron sword, blessed knife, magical dagger, juju bag. Obviously, juju bag.
How many are you supposed to pick?
3.
Yeah. So and you can-
Flamethrower.
I love it.
Check.
That's one. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So.
I have my leanings, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I should mention is that I was kind of telling everybody ahead of time as they were thinking of ideas. The typical monsters that you see in monster games are not really going to be very prominent. We're not really going to go up against vampires and werewolves. So I wanted
Until
more
we do.
until we do. But obviously they might show up, but I didn't want that typical kind of focus on it's vampires and werewolves and
Yeah.
aren't they tortured and sexy? No,
Yeah, we've seen that show.
exactly. Yeah,
I like when
so
they sparkle.
yeah, right. So we're gonna try. We're typically gonna not really play with those, or maybe there are werewolves, or what we think are werewolves, but there's actually a much more interesting explanation.
So wooden stakes might not be the greatest.
Yeah, but the more vague things like the cold iron sword or the blessed dagger or the juju bag, things like that are probably but silver is used on a lot of things too. I would say stay
What
away
about
from this.
jujubes? Can you get
Stakes.
You
jujubes?
took my joke.
Oh.
It's a real solid joke. You guys should fight over it.
Yeah, let's. Fisticuffs?
I already won.
Well, you have thunder knuckles. I'm not.
God.
I also have a haven. I have so
Yes,
many
you
to choose
have a
from.
haven.
I can choose a
Which is-
lore
yeah.
library, a mystical library, a protection spells, an armory, an infirmary, a workshop, an oubliette, which, come on, a panic room and a magical laboratory.
Yes.
What's an oubliette?
I honestly don't know. It's a room isolated from every kind of monster, spirit, and magic that you know about.
Oh yeah, I have one of those in my house.
It's basically
It's a panic
like
room for
for
magical
monster.
creatures.
Yeah, for magic. Yeah, it's a magic panic room.
Oh.
Yeah.
But are you more of a
I'm
librarian?
standing here. Your spells can't
Yeah.
touch me. But yeah, the expert's haven is awesome, and we'll make sure you get to use it. So,
Thank you,
yeah.
sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Kimmy,
My gear is super cool. I have a big knife and a 9mm.
yeah,
Hot damn.
yeah.
Perfect.
It's all right. You don't need. gear.
I am the magic.
You are the magic.
I have
yeah.
creepy snake dude.
Right. Yeah.
Or girl, I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll be
Uh,
okay.
Oh, I also get some ranged weapons too.
Yes.
Because I'm just strapped with everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being a
America.
exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, I keep a revolver and a crossbow.
We all finished it in our head. Yes, sorry, crossbow.
Yeah, I keep a crossbow and a revolver.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you're like the guy that they're like hand over the weapon, and you're like, here's here.
Get on my.
And they're like, yeah,
Like all of them, really. I mean,
all of
we're on
them,
a
and you're just
schedule
like,
here.
Yeah, it's just like pulling them out of every possible hiding place and orifice.
What was in my nose?
It's your garrote.
Yeah.
That's what you keep in your nose is a garrote.
Obviously.
Duh.
I have to brush up on my weapons.
Yeah, right, yeah. You should study more monster hunting lore. So,
Just watch
okay.
all 15 seasons of Supernatural. 14, 15's later than that.
Yes.
I'm
So,
not
yes.
gonna watch any of it.
15? Yeah.
I've never seen a single episode.
What? Oh,
And
Jason.
I'm not going to.
Same.
What?
Sorry.
Kimmy, do we have to keep them?
No.
Can we just like find
No, they're gone.
better people?
Okay.
Sweet, we got out of it.
All right.
So Happy Jacks would like to announce our
Knuckles.
auditions for Interpol X.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
must have at least seen
Must.
one episode of
Oh,
Supernatural.
no. At least the first 3 seasons.
At least the
At
first
least.
3 seasons.
Kimmy
yeah.
and Jessica are just going to play 2 characters each.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I did high five the guy who plays Castiel at Comic Con. He was.
Alright.
He. I was
But
waiting.
you didn't know who he was.
No, I learned who he was because he was jogging by and he was high fiving people, and then I saw like 8 teenage girls start screaming and running after him as he
yeah.
was jogging.
That's why
Yeah.
he was running, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why he was running. Yeah. And then how long did you chase him?
I did.
Yeah,
I didn't
okay.
want to lose my spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
For-
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Watch the first 5 seasons of Supernatural, but stop like 15 seconds before the end of the season 5 finale, and then it's like the most perfect television story ever.
Okay.
I'm not.
And I didn't
I'm not
stop
going to
there.
do
I
that.
kept
Yeah,
going.
I did too. So
Yeah.
now I'm still
I'm
like
super
I'm
excited
watching
about
like
the
season
next
14
and final
and I'm like,
season.
yeah.
Should we maybe go
Did-
through our moves?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that because otherwise I'll get on Supernatural.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. What are your moves? Let's start with Kimmy.
Me. I get 3. I picked 2 so far. I think I'm going to think about it before we play our first
Sure.
session. So I picked the sight, so I can see the invisible, especially spirits and the magical influences.
Nice.
And I can communicate, maybe even make deals with spirits I see, and they give me more opportunities to spot clues and
Yeah.
investigate a mystery.
That sounds like a great one.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Nothing
that.
could possibly go wrong.
No, nothing can be bad. And I'm just figuring like demons and stuff are included in that,
Yeah.
so I'm very excited.
Oh yeah.
And that's probably a little bit how I'm like, oh, you've got a thingy, a glowy thing
That's what
happening.
they tell me.
Interesting. And then I pick Jinx. I can encourage coincidences to occur when and where I want. So that means I can interfere with somebody. I can help somebody. I can interfere with a monster, minion, or bystander. Inflict harm. Does all these things depending on what I roll.
Jinkies.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm still trying to decide the others.
Okay. Great. Jessica. Yeah.
I'm having a very hard time deciding, and I don't know why.
That's all right.
But I think I might do the woman with the plan, where at the beginning of each mystery you roll
Yeah.
plus sharp, and on a 10 plus hold 2, on a 7 through 9 hold 1,
Yeah.
and you spend the hold on where you need to be prepared and ready.
Yeah. So basically, it gives you some like. It's like points, but you can spend that point to say,
Right.
okay, I show up there, and like you just happen to be there at the right place at the right time with the stuff
Perfect.
you needed. It's a pretty awesome move, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
I'm thinking I'm not a fighter, so
Yeah.
I might as well up my strengths a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of going between. I read about this sort of thing, which is I roll a plus sharp and plus cool when I need to act under pressure.
Oh yeah.
So that just makes my strength stronger.
Well, but I mean, your cool is already not bad, though, right?
Yeah.
Because you're already a +1 for cool.
Yeah,
So
plus 2 for sharp. So
yeah. So that doesn't really like give
Okay.
you a lot of bonus. I mean, but it is a cool thing. But like I would say, if you're going to do if you're going to do that, you could maybe play with the numbers a little different.
So what I'll probably do is go with dark past.
That's some fun stuff.
Yeah, which seems a lot more fun. So if you trawl through your memories for something relevant to the case at hand, you roll a plus weird,
Yeah. So
and you get to ask questions.
Yes, and we get to come up with things that you did in the past.
What have I done?
that are creepy and weird.
I killed my parents.
Yes, yeah. I think that's a lot of fun. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense with
Yeah.
what you've described as well. So, and selfishly, like
Yeah,
that's a really fun one for
Yeah.
me as the keeper.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
Jason, are you interested, or do you?
Yeah,
have
yeah,
thoughts?
I have some moves picked out. I've got angel wings. I don't literally have wings, but
Yeah.
you can go instantly to anywhere you visited before or to a person you know well.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you carry one or two people with you, you have to roll weird. And then, it always works.
Sure,
it's
it's gonna
fine.
be great.
I also have soothe. When you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down, blocking any panic, anger, or other negative emotions they have. This works even if the thing that freaked them out is still present, as long as your voice can be heard. I also have lay on hands. Your touch can heal injury and disease, so there's a good chance that I can heal someone, but there's about 50-50 chance I'm going to have to take the injury or
Yeah.
illness onto myself.
Yeah. It's interesting, like you're kind of like capable to, prepped to be the badass, but you have a lot of like supportive kind of,
Yeah.
get out of the fight in better ways kind of.
Yeah, I went away from like there's smite, cast
Yeah.
out evil. There's a bunch of stuff on here that I was like, we got enough ass kicking already.
Right,
I'll
I like the soothing one because it kind of does the whole, like, kind of gets into the whole like fairy voice kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
and,
That was
charm
really
of- yeah.
appealing
It's a
to
good
me.
one.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I like that the lay on hands can go really poorly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, okay, fun.
Let me tell you, that soothing voice might come in handy because
Yes.
I go berserk.
Nice.
Because no
So
matter
good.
how much harm I take, I can always keep going until the current fight is over. During a fight, the
Oh.
keeper may not use harm moves against me, and I cannot die.
Yeah.
But when the fight ends, all harm takes effect as normal.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Totally
it's gonna
good.
Be great.
I also know my prey, so I get +1 ongoing when knowingly investigating, pursuing, or fighting the breed of monster that caused my loss. That's an automatic move I get. That's not one I chose. And then I get one more, and I think I'm going to go... I think I'm just going to lean into the offensive butt smashing.
Yeah. Butt smashing is fun.
Smash butts.
Yes. Nice.
I'm going to go with Tools Matter, so with my signature weapon, I get +1 to kick some ass.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah.
So I am really good at slinging that crowbar around.
Yes. Yeah. Well, somebody needs to be.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like an okay fighter, but
Yeah.
I'm not specialized for
Yeah.
it. So I'm the backup fighter.
Yeah. But sounds like Christian is pretty badass.
So
it
yeah,
comes
when
to
I
the
when I fight
fights.
these like evil, dark
Hag
magic
kinda
witch hag things,
Yeah.
I do real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might we might like play with some terminology in terms of like
Yeah.
like what Liliana does is the spooky may not like normally you'd say like, oh, that sounds like a witch kind of thing, or but this whole like owl witch and the hags kind of stuff, it's actually a very different flavor of magic than the than the like demon packs and stuff like that. So we might I'll try and think about some thoughts on how we can be clear on the terminology and see like are these things different or are they connected?
Well, I'm thinking that the creatures I fight are more kind of like
beasts,
like
kind of.
beasts of the like humanoid beasts type magical creatures rather than like packs with demons
Right,
creatures.
yeah.
So that would be kind of more. It's part of like the not the natural world, but more so than demons.
More so than demon stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, and there's that like these are human, even though they're dumb humans who've made bad decisions
Right.
and sold their souls, and these are not humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like
yeah.
monster, not monster yet.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
like
and
sorry.
I was going to say one of the things about Monster of the Week is that there isn't that kind of like I started to talk about this with the vampires and werewolves, but there's not that kind of like, oh, are they really good people? They're just misunderstood creatures. Like, no, the monsters in this game are evil, and you kill them. Like, you know, that's one of the premises of the game is kill the monsters.
I'm not supposed to fall in love with a monster?
No.
I quit.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
What if it's sparkly?
But if it's sparkly, that's different.
Or named Angel.
Yeah, or named Angel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Spike.
So we will. So you know, it'll be pretty clear cut and dried, and I'm not going to trick you either. I'm not going to be like, oh, you just killed that bad guy, but they were actually an innocent human. Like, you know, it'll be very clear. Like, you know, like is this an actual like monster that can't be reasoned with, can't be dealt with in any other way other than death and destruction, or is this somebody that like, you know, needs to be taken to jail and pay for their crimes?
Right.
And, you know,
On that note, does anyone else have a bonus to charm? Is that on me?
That's you.
All right,
I think
cool.
that's you. Yeah.
Plus
yeah.
1 for the win.
Woohoo! Yeah. So, and then so we'll also have deal with the agency. So, it might just be that like I'll let all of you use this when you need to, but it might not be as interesting for Matilda. But when you deal with the agency, requesting help or gear or making excuses for a failure, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you're good. Your request for gear or personnel is okayed, or your slip up goes unnoticed. On a 7 to 9, things aren't so great. You might get chewed out by your superiors and there'll be a fallout, but you get what you need for the job. On a miss, you screwed up. You might be suspended or under investigation or just in the doghouse. You certainly aren't going to get any help until you sort it all out.
McClear!
Yeah.
Get in here!
Got it.
Right? Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, so that's the tough captain move. But,
Nice.
but yeah, so anybody who wants to deal with that, I think you could probably play into it, you know, so the ones who aren't technically agents could still, like, there could be some consequences of, like, hey, Interpol, I want you to do this. And,
Can our captain be Idris Elba? Already is? Did I just spoil it?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
You
But-
didn't.
Can I kiss
Just-
him?
Huh? Okay.
Just for my
We
Christmas
can
chest?
put Idris Elba in somewhere for you to kiss, but yeah, we actually don't have a captain, but
Oh, alright.
but yeah, you're gonna have a handler sort of, you know, liaison. Yeah.
I was
But-
just asking out of intellectual curiosity.
Yes, but
That's-
yeah.
Me too.
I mean, maybe Agent Dunderhofer is Idris Elba,
There you go.
but
He
yeah.
can't be named that though.
Well,
When
What
hot
is-
guys get dumb names.
when Jason
What
gives all of the ideas, inevitably something's going to go wrong.
Yes.
His
such
first
as-
name is Flint, though.
right.
Oh,
yeah.
Flint
perfect.
Dunderhofer.
Flint Dunderhofer.
Is that
Yes.
better?
We'll just be like, shh, don't
Yeah.
tell me your name.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
talk.
talk.
Yeah.
No names.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm undercover.
Yeah.
Live.
Just be there and Idris Elba me.
All right, and
yeah,
with
but-
that,
And
Yeah,
with
we're,
that-
I think we're done.
running late tonight.
all right.
I've lost it.
It's all good. Thank you guys for watching. We had a super great time tonight. This game will be back in 2 weeks. So, yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. So not this next Monday,
my
but the
God.
Monday after that. And check out happyjacks.org/schedule for our whole gaming schedule. Our next game will be this Wednesday. We are doing The Spaniards Ghost, and that's a pirate game in Savage Worlds run by Jeeb. Arr.
Arr.
So yeah, have a great night, and thank you guys for watching.
Bye everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.